Hum. Mornings! What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today. My hair's a bit of a mess. I've rushed it. If you're tuning in right now, I appreciate it. If you're tuning in the future, I appreciate it. We're going to talk about supply and demand a little bit today. Morning, Keith. Little bit about supply and demand and where we see it going, really, because the amount of value. Yes, all there. Morning, pal. The amount of value that's going to appear just randomly over the next few years. I just can't get my head around it. Keep trying to get my head around it. We're going to try and get our head around it again today. So, I can play music now and not risk copyright. What? Wednesday morning and it's alright. Hope you're waking up happy. YouTube audio library, copyright free music. Anyhow, do you know what I found last night while I was on a little mooch? I found a little page here where people are actually asking, morning Sean, morning Craig, people asking on a website there, how much is World of Warcraft, yeah, that's what WoW means, how much does World of Warcraft gold worth in dollars? Why do you want to know that, mate? You're planning on tapping your gaming potential value into the real world. So, the average price for 200,000 WoW gold sold on player auctions is $33. You get 200,000 gold on World of Warcraft. $200, $33 for 200,000. Quite incredible that World of Warcraft has clearly already got its own marketplace for its online value. So for anyone in the gaming that doesn't really realise how much value sat there, trust me, it's there. And trust me, there's already marketplaces for them. They're just self-contained. So there's no way someone from Warcraft can swap that 200k gold to someone in Elder Scrolls instantly for an item. It'd need to go through a couple of marketplaces. What's it going to need? It's going to need an interoperable bridge, an API, an application programming interface that links the two marketplaces together, allowing the transfer of value to go from one to the other seamlessly, baby. Morning, Mark. Morning, Willie. Morning, everybody. Alan, morning, lad. You be some sight on a dance floor, mate. Wiley Coyote. I've got the grinds, me, mate. Oh. Morning, Boo. What do you mean? The advert's 1 minute again and you can't cancel it? The advert on this? A minute long and it was like you can't cancel it? That's bullshit. We need to look at that. Oh, really? Boo Boo, how to find you on Facebook? Yes, Mark, was it DLT Cop? Oh, yes, brother. You took the Facebook page away? Wow. Morning, Steve. Morning, Marcus. Basically, I just can't wait for the value to come, and I need people to understand. If your kids aren't already pulling your pants, pinching you, fucking nagging you to do something with gaming, to show them, to do it, to let them game, to do this, to do that, and you I've got nothing against parents not wanting the kids to game 24/7, 24 hours a day. Nothing against that. You want gaming all fucking day. You want to play football all day. Do you know what I mean? Even if you want to play for United, but at the end of the day, your kid's got a passion and a drive towards gaming. I'm trying to get it in your head that you can't be like, oh, you're never going to make anything gaming. You're never going to win the Fortnite World Cups. You're never going to make it because you clearly just don't understand that side of the market. And not only for the whole supply and demand of the internet of value, it's absolutely unbelievable. It's going to be massive. But the gaming side of it as well, the autonomous car side, the waitress tips. Think about that for a couple of minutes now. Just going to think, morning, Peter. Just going to think about waitress tips globally. Not in your local area, or Nando's, or McDonald's, or anywhere else. McDonald's don't really get tips, but you know where I'm coming from. How many tips, boom, 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 are just going to be going through IoV in the future? And they don't even go into the establishment. How many times you're picking up your receipt and you're looking at service charge and you're like, what the fuck's that service charge? Like, what's the tip for the staff? I know, I fucking handed the staff the tip, you cheeky bastard. Get that charge off the receipt right now, because I'm not tipping the establishment. I'm tipping the server. I'm tipping the waiter. Yeah, I'm tipping the person that brought the customer service and the ambience, whatever you want to fucking say, that made me enjoy that meal, the sitting, the setting. I tip the person. How many tips are going to start coming in the future? We'll talk about these per second payments. How is it going to blow up? How much is it going to blow up? Now, if you went into an establishment now that I'd say 20 servers serving consumers, and you said to the servers, or upon going in, you said to the consumers walking in the establishment, you said, "Oh, we're trialing out a new system today. If you just like to spend 5 to 10 minutes setting it up, you're going to save 25% off your meal, and it'll be instant settlement, and you'll see how well the new system can work." Any consumer then says, "Yeah, do you know what? I fancy having a dabble of that." They then sign up to Zoom, sign up to the Zoom app, and they open an account on the Zoom app, and they say, like, what you're spending tonight? You've got £200 spent tonight. Send that to the app, and then boom, they can bish bash pay through the app. They start giving tips through the app, link to tip box, link to this and that. The waiters are like, flipping it. This is actually a great system. The consumer like, you know what? I've not even took my wallet out of today. I was just doing and paid everything by my phone. Just doing it all by my phone today, and it's all instant. None of this 3D pending payment shit. The true value of IoV lies in supply and demand, guys. The supply and demand, the true amount of supply and demand comes with maturity. And maturity comes after adoption. It shows how early we are. But it also shows that we are extremely early, but we're also in the know. We're looking at it from angles that other people aren't seeing. We're seeing perspectives that other people aren't seeing. So, I'm going, think about this. I like to throw gaming in me because I know how big it's going to be, but that doesn't mean that the streaming services aren't going to be, massive too, regarding the per second payments. And this is all for volume push, guys. So every time I say per second payments and I'm doing that, every time I'm doing that, it's added volume. Game, the World of Warcraft volume gets added. Boom, 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 boom. Elder Scrolls added, boom, 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 per second as people are paying and selling and do whatever, using the Sony internet, Xbox internet, Nintendo internet, Virgin internet, Sky internet, per second. Your fridge paying for electric while your oven's paying for heat, even though it's still electric, but you know what I mean. Your shower's paying for water while it's paying for your electric to warm that water. Volume from nowhere. And there's a payment in every household, from every device. And people say they don't want 5G. I'm sorry, people, you ain't having that world without 5G. Let's have it right. Let's have it right. Now Fortnite is absolutely dominant when it comes to World Cup and getting the kids on and the value. But how close to blockchain are they? That is interesting. I missed that. Crypto's coming to Fortnite, whether it likes it or not. Now, again, right, let's break this down right now. You don't need to be into gaming to appreciate gaming moving into the blockchain space. You're in the blockchain space, you're holding digital assets, and you want the internet of value to grow. You just do. It's like you don't need to be into American football, but if the NFL adopts RippleNet and ILP and changes the way they pay players, changes the way players and clubs are insured, and changes the way you pay for tickets, stuff like that, you're going to be like, well, I never go NFL, but I've been waiting for something like that. Because you're in the space. You're in the space. Look at it. You send remittance payments, but half of the people in cryptosphere are like, oh, remittance this, remittance that. How many of them actually send remittance? Hardly fucking any of them. So I turn around talking about gaming, and most of them are like, we don't really care about gaming. Well, do you care about crypto? And do you care about the internet of value? And do you care about your gains and your moon? Because you ain't getting moon without adoption, mate. You ain't getting adoption unless you let it go into different industries, including ones that you're not really interested in. Do you think we will be able to pay for hookers and blow XRP in the future? I believe you will, mate, but the system's gonna know you did, lad. You know, just make sure you're aware. The system's gonna know you did. Very good morning, Rising. Love it. Love the river. The secretary of admin state. You guys releasing any documentaries in the near future? I am going to do an adventure documentary very, very soon. Bit of a survival bug out one. What I do with to be honest, it's going to be like visiting Stonehenge and that. I'm going to do a documentary down at Stonehenge, nothing to do with crypto. I'm going to do a crypto. The next crypto documentary will be when globalization is settling in. And from the globalization, a level playing field one, once all that's coming to fruition, and we've got Africans with financial services that didn't have them otherwise, and it's actually helping the world and improving the world in a way that some of us can't even imagine yet. That's when we need to start traveling and seeing these people where DLTs change a life and IoVs change a life, and we can build a third documentary and say, look, it did look bleak, didn't it? That new reserve, that fucking new world currency, the master plan one, looks bleak. The first half of globalization feels bleak, but then the second half of it, it's a level playing field for everyone. So I mean, it has rained, Yoda. I'm hoping to get the cat today. He's got to be in some bushes wet somewhere on in someone else's house. So we're hoping to get him back. Where does the majority of supply and demand come from? The youth, the next generations. The older people get, the less they want. Do you notice that? The older people get, the less they want. It's not that they don't want to be comfortable. It's not that they don't want to be happy. It's not that they don't want the kids to have some wealth that they can cling to and all that. But the older they get, the less they want. Never mind, like they don't want stairs, protect your hip or whatever. But go and sell their house for bungalows. They sell their car and get taxes. Like the older you get, it seems like the less you want. But the younger you are, the more you want. You're not sure exactly what you want. You're like, oh, do I want to do that? Do I want to do this? Do I want that? Do I want that? I want it all. Oh, I just want it all. I want it all. But can't it's got to be like, I want it all, mate. But the older you get, the less you want. Do people not realise that the next generation of kids, you don't want the chip in your hand, they don't want the chip in their hand. You don't want this in there, they don't want it. You don't really care about augmented reality pets that you can only see when you put a set of glasses on. Well, they're going to want it. You Tamagotchi in augmented reality. You're like, oh, not really bothered about VR or holograms. I'll just play COD I'll play FIFA like I have since 1994. Me, no danger. I don't need a VR 3D flaming football pitch where I'm running about actually kicking the ball myself. If I want to play FIFA, I've played FIFA since 1994. I'm happy carrying on playing it like that. But there'll be a kid growing up somewhere who isn't happy playing it like that. He wants the graphics to improve. He wants better graphics than his granddad had. He wants it to look better than his granddad had. And they push the value of stuff. The next generation they inflate the shit naturally. It just does because of what they demand. They demand convenience at the core. It's what they demand. Like the next generation, at its core, always, proven in history, mate, demands, without even actually demanding it, convenience. Convenience always wins. Always. It's nice to have a little bit of, do you know what? Do you know when you're out of the rain, when you've got shelter from the rain and you can see it, you can hear it, but you can do yourself a joint, you can make yourself a butter, you're in the dry, but you can see and hear the rain. It is therapeutic, mate. I am telling you. Got 40s TV, 4 kettles and some rollerblades. G'day, Steve. Morning, mate. Morning's John. If you ever go looting, you'll find me in the beer aisle steaming. Do you know, I don't know what I'd go to Curry's, mate. Am I stupid? Mate, people's coming out of shops, right, with 4 or 5 boxes like that of £100 trainers, mate. £100 trainers in a box like that. Are you fucking stupid? Are your feet that cold? Get in Curry's and grab yourself fucking 5 gaming laptops that are £1,000 each. Your weapon. Fucking trainers. Jesus Christ. Thieves these days, mate. Do you know what I mean? They need to get back to the fucking 90s and show them how to do it. You go and you rob the PCs. You rob a... Mate, have you seen how small the PlayStation box is? Have you seen how small a PlayStation box is? It's about 25% bigger than a pair of fucking size 12 Nikes. Yeah, it's 3 times the price, bro. Not like 300 or 400 flaming quid. Are you going to rob trainers? Are you stupid? Mate, Rolex fucking shops down the road and you're robbing trainers, mate. Get the jewelry shop open. Curry's open. Go into fucking Foot Locker, you dig? Shows the class. Shows the class of these motherfuckers and what they truly wanted already. Rather have a pair of fucking Nikes than a new lapper, a Rolex, and fucking God knows what else you could get. Do you know what I mean? It's beyond belief sometimes. Slow cookers are the business, mate. The Jack in Foot Locker. Mate, Rolex next door, like a Jack in Foot Locker, mate. I don't know that Rolex was next door. But real talk, mate, they're robbing boxes of £80, £100 trainers when you could be in an establishment that's got boxes of £1,000 items. Just diamond jewelry, mate, and that, like... Anyway, apparently, crypto's coming to Fortnite, whether it likes it or not. Fortnite's Chapter 2 launched this week. Oh, this week? That was a while back. Jesus, we're at October 17th, 2019. We had a few months. Late on this one, guys, but let me just read through it. Will crypto be a big part of its next evolution? Here's how the game has already crossed paths with blockchain tech. So you're thinking Fortnite's not even touched any blockchain yet? I think we might be wrong. Epic Games, enormously popular battle royale shooter Fortnite, excuse me, made headlines this week after it shut down, but only for a couple of days. I remember that. I remember Zach telling me. Epic cannily replaced the game's vibrant map with a black hole, which fans stared at until it revealed the game's Chapter 2 update. Interesting. Adding a brand new environment, fresh gameplay elements, and a refreshed interface with some 250 million total players as of past spring. Fortnite is a cultural sensation that goes beyond core gamers, and it's big business too. I want you to understand the words they just put in there, because they really, really are. Like, regardless of what you think of Fortnite, regardless of what you think of gaming, it is absolutely blowing up. And Fortnite is a cultural sensation. It goes beyond core gamers, and it's big business too. This is what I mean. It's cultural, and so is supply and demand. It's all about the next generation, and when the next generation's like, what do I want? What do we want? And it tends to start out, fucking everything. Do you know what I mean? Craig, I'm telling you, mate, you push hobbies, bro. Start documenting your hobbies and stop not doing it. Go fishing, record it. Set up a tripod with a camera on and just record it. Talk to the camera now and then. Tell the camera what kind of rigs you make. Tell them what kind of rigs you use. Tell them what kind of bait you're on. Blah, blah, blah. Document it. Get a mate there. And if you get a catch, you get a fish on. Get him to pick the camera up off the tripod and get some decent angles of it. Get it weighed. Flip the angles. Blah, blah. Documenting. And then a couple of weeks, couple of months later, you've been fishing 4, 5, 6 times. Caught loads of good fish. You've got a nice 20-minute fucking reel of your new fishing channel on YouTube then, mate. Some guys are, well, I don't fish. Well, you might go and play snooker in the pub, so set the fucking camera up and document it. You might go bike riding, so get a GoPro on your head. Get one of them drones that follows you. You might be a snowboarder, a fucking figure skater. You might be a ballerina. Document your hobbies. Document your hobbies. And prepare to get revenue from them in the future. Fuck work. Fucking work. We should be getting paid to live, mate. Should be getting paid to live. The people who run the world run it as if they own it. Own it? No one's got ownership. You've got some people's got a piece of paper saying they own the land the house is on. Don't own the land. Don't own the earth, you dickhead. How egotistical do you have to be to believe truly in your head that you own that piece of fucking earth? You don't. You do, but you don't. You don't. You don't, mate. You just fucking don't. It's why my cat's gone missing, because the cat's allowed in gardens, I'm not. The cat fucking owns the land more than you. But you know what I'm getting at? The way they run it is wrong. They run it like they own it. They don't fucking own it. It's here for everyone. It is here for everyone. A couple of sheets of rare stamps. Steve, stamp collecting. Stamp collecting, pretty big biz, really, innit? I want some value within Fortnite, and then I can let the article go. So, the game is free to download and play. In-game costumes and other paid perks have generated huge revenues for Epic Games who make Fortnite. So they call them the costumes, they call them skins. So you'll have kids in schools like, oh, I got a new skin on Fortnite last night. That fucking guy with a big pumpkin head and and all the kids are buzzing. I want pumpkin head, man. And the guy goes all like, Dad, I want pumpkin head on Fortnite. I want a pumpkin head on Fortnite, Dad. I want the pumpkin head on Fortnite. Everybody in school's got the pumpkin head. You got to buy a kid the pumpkin head, mate. Don't start being a twat. That's what's going to happen. 2.4 billion in 2018 alone. Naturally, that's got the blockchain community asking, when will Fortnite include crypto? You can't yet spend cryptocurrency in the game itself, but both Fortnite and Epic Games have already crossed paths with crypto and blockchain in a number of ways. Can in-game integration be that far behind? Here's a look at the ever-growing intersection between Fortnite and crypto. You can bet on Fortnite matches with crypto. Gambling within gaming. Careful with that, guys, especially with the young ones. Yeah, educate them on what gambling actually is, and that you should only actually risk an extremely small amount of your available value to gamble, and teach them what educated guessing and informed trading of information is. Hey, you got a good point there, Ollie. Yeah, they're running in to grab the Bitcoin. What's oh, don't forget the fucking Nikes. And they're missing the point that there's a fucking 50 Rolex watches down the street. You should do an instructional video for looting. Fucking mate. Come from Manchester, mate, and only 35 miles from Liverpool, so we know what we're doing when we're leaving the card on bricks. Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing against Scousers there. It's why I said Manx as well. You know, they've got some good thieves in Manchester and Liverpool, and it ain't even the only place there is good thieves. It's not like London's not got some quality thieves or Leeds. So let's not leave them out. Right? They're all extremely skilled people. Just don't rob off other people. Rob off the established. I've got no problem with that, me, you know. Let's have a little thing here now. Everyone knows that I've got had theft on my record. Rehabilitated now. Remember that. I'm spent now. But you rob off a council who rob off us every day. If you rob off a council or a big fucking corporation like Jeff Bezos, go and rob off Amazon, mate. He's got 11 billion tax-free today. He can take a hit. But little Jimmy up the street with 3 kids and his wife's died, and you're gonna go in and rob his fucking telly while he's in work. Like, nah, you need your dick chopping off and your head taken off, mate. You need decapitating and bleeding out because you're the scruff that went in someone else and robbed their property. Went in someone's house and robbed the property, mate, the scruff. But rob off a council and establishment all fucking day. Here. Cheers. Don't fucking give a shit. And I'll support the theft off the council until they abolish inheritance tax and stop fucking robbing. Stop robbing deceased people's fucking value, you horrible twat. Before you come back at me saying theft's wrong, so is inheritance tax. That's a fucking theft. Half of the taxes we incur are fucking thefts. Don't tell me it's all going to fix the roads, because the roads are a mess. $2030, you know the dance. We're going to make change. King John III! Long live King John! Long live the king! Scott, I need my XRP, Woolwem, GCBD, so go back. Flip switch, mass volume, building blocks, XRP, yo. Add a few more lines and some beats to that, mate. I need my XRP, woo. MG, CBDC, woo. Go back, flip the switch, mass volume, building blocks. It's coming back, yo, woo. I need Kurt here or something. Man can't spit bars. I can't spit bars. Yo, he's cracking me up here, lad. Go Cheshire Rose, kid. It's blue sky day for looting. Fucking don't loot. Protesting's okay. Looting. Right, Yobby's murdering people. Right, interesting. Right, what you want to do, Ollie? Just so you don't get in too much trouble, mate. Go and get a job as the go to Texas and get a job as the injection guy. You know, like the guy who still does the lethal injections. You should be a murderer legally, then, mate. Morning, Daniel. Oh, they shouldn't be looting and that, man. They shouldn't be looting. Let's find. I'm not even got into this yet. You can bet on Fortnite. Fortnite is one of the fastest growing esports around. Epic Games has facilitated its growth by pumping a competitive scene full of prize money, large-scale tournaments. According to the esports earnings, Fortnite competitors have been awarded more than 84 million to date. Damn! Damn! So, Fortnite players in total have been paid out 84 million up to date in prize money. And I mean, man, give me some of that pie, bro. Damn. Some of that. The Fortnite World Cup responsible for about 33 million of that. What? So the winner won 3 million and 30 million distributed between everyone else. Is that what they're telling me? What? With sports, inevitably comes betting. And yes, esports betting is definitely a thing. Unicron is one of the most popular esports betting sites, allowing users to bet on the outcomes of official competitive matches, as well as matches from popular Twitch streamers. Unicron. I'm saying Unicron because it's Unikrn. How else would I say that? Unicron. Unicron betting is based on the platform's own Unicorn Gold token, which can be bet on professional Fortnite matches, waged in your own in-game battles, and used to enter prize giveaways. Esports industry is rapidly ballooning in size and value, with esports analytics services Newzoo estimating a 1.1 billion total value this year and nearly 1.8 billion into 2022. Betting will only grow more appealing as more and more people get hooked on esports, and crypto is already making inroads in the industry. Hooked on esports or interested? Can we use words like interested instead of hooked on esports as if they're all fucking addicts? Hooked on esports. Interested in esports, mate. King John the Third. So it's mate, the world's done. The world's done. It's fundamentally changed for good. You know, like America's living in China now, right? I don't mean to offend any Americans with this next fucking comment, but they all like to throw a lot of mouth out, right, about the Second Amendment and why they've got guns and that, and that it's in case their own government start acting like tyrants, they can fight back. Well, I'm seeing people get hit with rubber bullets on their own fucking porch when they're doing fuck all, and there's no fight back at all to that. So something's going on. Even the media is just directing certain things in certain directions. So you're just going to have to ignore most of it, I'm afraid. There's no way there's all that nasty protesting without it being peaceful, nasty looting and rioting, without it being peaceful protesting several miles away. And the mainstream media and the majority of the media, they're going to rather show you a load of black people looting a fucking store rather than show you where the 4 or 5 black people were stood in front of Target actually protecting the store. They've got two perspectives here that they can show people, and for some reason, they're only pushing out all the fucking riots. They're not showing, well, some of them are, but the majority of them are not showing the cops that are kneeling with black people in the streets. They're not showing the people hugging in the streets. They're not showing the people united in the streets, quiet in the streets, protesting in the streets. They're showing the people that have let anger get the better of them and let negative emotions get the better of them and have started rioting over protesting. They're letting negative emotions fuel their actions rather than let it fuel their ideals, and then stepping into action with a moral ideology. Oh, Fortnite being played is mate. They're all jumping up and down and shooting each other. It's hard as fuck, mate. It's hard as fuck. But you could briefly buy Monero buy Fortnite merch with Monero, sorry. So for a brief moment at the start of the year, you could actually buy Fortnite merchandise through an official Epic Games store using Monero XMR. Monero developer Ricardo Sprangi seemed understandably thrilled about the news and suggested that it was chosen for its privacy-centric approach compared to Bitcoin. However, there was a snag in the excitement. Epic Games didn't actually mean to enable Monero support. After a few days, the option was disabled, and the company founder and CEO Tim Sweeney tweeted, actually, Fortnite's brief foray into crypto was accidental. We worked with a partner to open a merchandise store, and somewhere along the line, Monero payment was added. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. You mean to tell me that you're ready to go to fucking crypto purchases like that, and you decided to take it off instead of leave it on? Shouldn't have been taking Monero off. You should have been adding XRP, adding BTC, adding Ethereum, adding USDT. Come on, man. That just tells, they've done a Twitter. Get your tip bot off Twitter because we haven't got a Twitter coin. I don't want XRP tip bot because I haven't got a Twitter coin. I'm pissed off that you thought of it before me. I'm not happy that you thought of it before me. It's my platform. It should be my fucking tip bot. Get your tip bot off the platform, you know. Gonna get the regulators to fuck you over. Come on, man. It's just, it's like Fortnite going, what have you put Monero on for? You want Fortnite token? You want Fortcoin? Fucking. While that official crypto alliance was sadly unintentional, you can actually purchase V-Bucks, Fortnite's premium in-game currency, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, and Dogecoin right now. However, it's through a third-party service like Bitrefill. And it's via a very simple workaround. Essentially, you choose which system or platform you play on, and then you send a gift card or a code for that store. You can then use the code to purchase V-Bucks and load up on silly character skins, colourful weapons, and fancy dance moves. Like you can buy the dance moves, mate. Epic Games is actually excited by blockchain tech. I bet they are, because they clearly could already implement it, and they did already implement it, and then they took it off straight away because they don't want it to be Monero. Some guys want to know, can you put Monero on that? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, seems I can, boss. Oh shit, I actually did. So take it off. Fuck. You know what I mean? It's like that's what happened. Shit, sorry, boss, I pressed enter. Oh, fuck it, but yeah, it works. Fucking Monero CEO's like, yeah, what, you want fucking me? You got Monero, what you think? Yeah, oh, it's actually an accident, mate. Yeah, fuck off. Epic's swift shutdown of Monero support in its merch shop might seem like a sign that the company doesn't see a future in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but worry not. Sweeney tweeted that they're into it, but just not ready to roll out a huge mainstream audience. Many of us at Epic are big fans of the decentralized computing tech underlining cryptocurrency. However, a lot of work is needed on volatility and fraud proofing before bringing it to such a broad audience. That includes younger gamers. He tweeted in January, Epic doesn't have any cryptocurrency partners and aren't in any cryptocurrency partnership discussions with anyone. We do read lots of papers and talk to smart people to learn more in anticipation of an eventual intercept. Since then, though, Epic Games has changed its tune. In May this year, it announced a partnership with the Abyss, a blockchain gaming platform that allows gamer developers to tap into Epic's Unreal Developers Network. Interesting. Studios that put their games on the platform can accept Abyss tokens for both the games themselves and in-game purchases. The crypto industry, meanwhile, continues to chip away at the rock face. Recently, devs for Nano Cryptocurrency unveiled beta plugin for Unreal Engine 4, the game engine that underpins Fortnite, that lets users pay for in-game items in the Nano Cryptocurrency, as well as earning Nano for in-game tasks, such as killing enemies and participating in tournaments. Someone's going to make a game that's got a crypto added to it. that is like basically mine as you mine. So if anyone's played an RPG or a big fucking multi online player game where you can put 30 quid on the game, right, and you can go to the games marketplace and you can buy shit from the store and you've got it, bam, and you can craft with it, you can do what you want with it. Or you can do what we call grinding and mining, where you legitimately for fucking 12 hours of the Saturday, you'll play the game for 12 hours, but you ain't doing a level. You just go out to collect wood and collect metal and collect this and collect that and collect that. And you're physically mining in the game. You're twatting rocks apart. You're chopping trees down. Someone's going to make it in the end. Not only are you mining the material, but you're mining a token. 100%. 100%. It's there's going to be so many networks in the future. Imagine every game developer having their own network, every entertainment developer of their own network, from Fox to Sony to Paramount to Disney to Universal to fucking Warner Brothers. Do you know what I mean? All having their own networks of content. Open networks of content with open real world marketplaces interoperable with every other network. And people still question it. Just diversify. Hey, Adam. Mornings. Not part of my game plan, man. Don't like the EOS team. I stopped looking at it was the voting and that puts me off. So no, there's staking and voting. Not staking, it's voting. Voting. But not looked into it enough though. Prospectus on EOS. What game's that? Is that on? See, like we was looking at some Ethereum games the other day, and they was looking all right. And again, if you're tuning in and you're not really a gamer, I get that, but don't be blinking and ignoring it and acting like your kids aren't gonna ask you questions about gaming and blockchain, and then where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? I'm just trying to help people who've got kids or nephews or anyone younger than them who's going to come. If they know you're in the blockchain space and they know you've been investing in blockchain, you are their go-to. Forget your sister, your brother, your mother, your gran, all the ones that are too old-headed that are like, oh, don't really fucking get that. Don't really fucking get that. It is only a matter of time until your younger family members start actually getting it and are like, yo, that crypto stuff's coming to Fortnite. Can you teach me about it? It's coming. Make no mistake. So you might not be into gaming yourselves, but your kids are gonna be, and it's transferable from gaming to content creation on Cinnamon and Theta and streaming, and even product creation and selling it on Amazon, mate. Fulfilled by Amazon will go to a blockchain. All affiliate programs and that will go on a blockchain. Amazon Web Services. See you later, Rising Green. Appreciate you coming in. Have a good day, mate. Have a good day. Prosecutors is a game set in the old Western kind where you mine gold, wood, stone, and shit like that. You mine it all. Build your camp, sell resources on the EOS-based exchange. Interesting. Deo. Daylight come and me one go home. Prosecutor's game. EOS. Drop a link, bruh, in the comments or something. I can't find it. because it's on EOS. If I Google EOS, Elder Scrolls Online is ESO. When you Google EOS, it wants to be ESO. Me things like, yo, you mean ESO in it? You mean Elder Scrolls Online? Is that's what you usually search ESO? And I'm like, no, I mean EOS, bruh. I'm trying to find a game on EOS. You weapon. What should you play ESO in 2020? Now, I'm going to show people on Elder Scrolls how to grind and mine in the next couple of weeks, but I want people to bear in mind that the blockchain marketplace might not actually come to that game, and the first game we actually get it on might actually be on PlayStation 5s and the next Xboxes, and it might be a new Elder Scrolls Online. It might be the same one, and it just continue. It's been the same game since it started, Elder Scrolls Online, and the graphics have got better, the gaming's got better, and it's still the same game. So there is a way that it stays the same and it just gets readapted for PlayStation 5, and you keep your character, you keep materials, you keep your vaults. If that's the case, then fill your boots and go and start filling your vaults on PS4 or PC, whichever you're on. So it's only a prosecutor. He has a wax blockchain, so you can only play on a PC with his prosecutors. I can't find why are DApps moving to Wax and leaving EOS? The Prospectors, one of the largest apps in the world to launch on Wax. Story broke September last year. Real-time strategy game for mining crypto gold launches on Wax. Wax.io, worldwide asset exchange homepage. Join the Wax community. I'm gonna have to have a look at it. Drop a link, bruh, to the games. Drop a link. I can't see anything. Well, I can, Alan. Not gonna lie. Just legitimately. Just search Prospectors game, Wax blockchain, EOS blockchain. Not as much. Not as much. Drop links. What was Michael saying? Scott, have you seen the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake? All the people are chipped. Yep, Michael, seen it. It's coming. It's future. Time like that's a bit hardcore, but for the social security score and that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Right, 1 minute, because I've got something that's extremely relevant to that. So apparently, you know these paedophile hunters? I'm trying to get the actual story up and find it. But apparently, there's someone on Facebook there as well, a bloke. He was caught by a paedophile group. The bloke who was caught by a paedophile group talking to what he thought was a 13-year-old boy might have his sentence overturned due to his breach to the right of his privacy. So I keep saying privacy over security. What do you want? Do you want privacy? Because you're also giving paedophiles privacy. If you want Monero to be a thing and for the government to be able to track no payment through Monero at all, you're actually enabling people to sell kids, to rapists and paedophiles because you want your privacy within Monero. Just because you don't want the establishment to know what you spend, just because you don't want a chip in your hand. The chip thing's a big thing, guys. I'm not saying everyone should have it. I'm just saying it goes a little bit deeper than people first think on the surface. People want privacy until the daughter's raped. Then you want some fucking security and justice, don't you? Do you know what I mean? He's a fine fucking line, guys. I'm not saying I believe everyone in the world should be chipped. I'm saying I'd probably agree to it if everyone else did. I really would. It's crazy. I think people will be chipped in the end. Yeah, we need a prospectus link, man. You dropped the link 3 times. Don't drop the link 3 times. I can't see no fucking link here, mate. What's going on in the world? All live chat, all messages are visible. Where's Danny Monty's Rivers just come from? Are you smoking a blunt? Why? I gotta get off. Steve! Latest, bruh. I can't see this link for prospectors. I can't see no link here, bruh. Oh well. Attention! Owning multiple accounts is forbidden. Violation of this rule is punishable with property confiscation. Ooh! I agree with the prospectors. Play tutorial. Yeah, it's got me in the fucking Ford. It's got me in the what's shit, mate? What they called? I know that's an anvil. It's the room called. Like, what would a blacksmith call his workshop? Is there an actual name for it? Like, what's this here, Helpy? Hey, mate, I'm Helpy, and I'll lead you through the game in no time. This is the world of endless opportunities. Got the game up on my phone. So, blockchain-based games, eh? Begin, yo. Moving a worker, warehouse overview, moving goods from the warehouse, extracting wood beforehand. But, so it's one of them games, right? Yeah, so it's one of them games where it's like Command and Conquer. Build your town hall there and move about and build this there and build that and build that and build that. That actually looks alright, that, you know. Zoom out a little bit as well. Oh, look at my little village there, yo. It's already got a little village, mate. It's already got a little village, mate. Interesting. I've been into this kind of game. Get on it. If you're not, at least show it your kid. Got to show it your kid, man. You're talking about games here now that pay out a little bit of money, right? And we're talking about how to teach our kids that the hobbies can become revenue. You've made your bed, haven't you? Like, let's have it real. Most people in the crypto space have made the bed. They're hoping for a lot of money off the gains, and they're hoping to spend the rest of the days chilling the fuck out. Fair play to you. I hope it works out for you. But some of us on the other hand are thinking, right, well, I need to use the information I'm knowing to make sure that my kids are okay. None of us are promised the next decade, guys. We're not promised, I'll teach you in 7 years. Well, you're not promised the next decade. How you know you're going to be here in 7 years, mate? Let's have it right. Let's have it right. Daniel, you are right. We're going into a Ready Player One type world. The sweatshop. Is that legitimately real? A blacksmith calls his workshop the sweatshop. Is that legitimate? I don't want to Google it. Cody Jace, can I see you? I can see you, mate. Morning. You better not be in my fucking garden, bro. You act like, I can see you, mate. I can see you, mate. You fucking hiding over the back. You robbed me cat. You robbed me cat, mate. Did I type prosecutors? Don't say I Googled prosecutors a minute ago. That's typo, that. We, Miles, might not be. We might not be getting chipped, but between 2040 and 2080, the whole globe's going to be fucking chipped and tracked, mate. Make no mistake of that. They're not going to put up with murders. No, you think a Minority Report and all them, like, maybe not getting it before it fucking happens like that, but they're not going to put up with some of the stuff that we have to put up with. Like a drug dealer who sold some kids, well, not kids, but sold teenagers and adults cocaine and ecstasy and all the rest of it, right? When someone like that gets twice the amount of time, he gets like 16 fucking years for drug racketeering and all this shit. And some paedophile only gets fucking 8 years and is let out after 4. And all that happens is he's put on a little fucking register. I'm sorry, but that's it's not going to wash in the future. It is not going to wash in the future. It's already not washing. But we're all sat back thinking, well, what can we do? Keep voting new people in and they just keep throwing new laws on us. What can we do? What can we do? What the fuck can we actually do? Well, we can wait till 2035 and make sure everyone who's growing up from now till then understands that democracy through consensus is coming. We've got to push it. Got to force change. Lauren de Boek, I'm sorry if I just butchered your second name, Boek. Is that it? De Boek. Lauren de Boek. Are you Dutch or something? Sorry. I'm sorry. Interest me, accents and names interest me. I'm not taking a piss. I'm just wondering how you actually say, because Lauren's like quite an English name, and then de Boek is that's a very interesting. I actually like it, de Boek, and I like the way that I think I'm supposed to say it, but I don't know if I'm saying it right. But everyone who's smart and is able to do like 4D virtual world, if anyone's wondering what a 4D virtual world is, it's attacking more of your senses. So a 3D virtual world is 3D reality in it, it's normal VR. Now if you add smells, if you're watching a film and you're walking through a field and there's cows in the field, you don't smell shit in a room, it's just 3D. If you smell the cows and you smell the field, that's 4D. If it's got a little bit of mist, like you go in the Disney one, then it'll blowing mist in your face and all that, it's 4-dimensional because you've got the smells and the and other senses getting activated. It's a smither. Smithing the whole thing. The forge is just a fire pit. You've got the forge, the anvil. See you, Kodak, Goski's mate. Sorry, I only just noticed that. Crypto space, let's talk XRP. We will in a minute, mate. We will in a minute if you want. In fact, I actually want to see. Always keep checking, guys, the different industries and the different things you're popping up, because when you look at Fortnite and what Fortnite have been saying in that article that we read through then about there being a little bit of lack of security and they need to make sure that there's nothing's fraudulent. Fortnite and Elder Scrolls and all that at the moment are no doubt going to be sat back thinking like, right, let's chill a little bit here. We've got our marketplace. The gold's already worth what it's worth to purchase it. It's got its real world value in the gold. Warcraft got to be the same. Warcraft's got its own marketplace already, so we're going to be like, right, so we've got the base value of how chipped at birth, Steve, we'll get onto that in a bit. We've got the base value of how much the gold's worth in the game in real dollars or pounds. that then just instantly transfers into the actual marketplace of what your staff's actually currently worth. So I can currently work out, if I go in my house now and build a staff on Elder Scrolls and put it on the marketplace at 100 gold, I can then go to the store and see how much it would cost me to buy 100 gold in real money. That's how much my staff's worth in real fucking money. But it's not on a real world marketplace yet, so it's not actually real world value, but it's there waiting to be real world value. It's absolute madness how much it's going to grow. And what was I going to do then was see where Forte are at. Because this is what I want to see where it's coming out. Talk about XRP and Ripple, because we're on gaming and the entertainment industry at the moment. Really interesting and on how far it's going to actually go, right? We've got 24th of March 2020 here. We've got some Fortnite taps, 5 new gaming partners. We went through this previously, but I'll just skim through it. So amid the increasing adoption of blockchain technology in the gaming industry, some of the world's biggest game developers in South Korea, Netmarble, are partnering with blockchain gaming startup Forte Labs to streamline blockchain-powered gaming experiences. Forte, a known partner of major cryptocurrency firm Ripple, has just tapped 5 new high-profile gaming companies in line with its mission to provide best-in-class gaming experience based on blockchain technology. All 5 new partners will integrate Forte's blockchain platform to their games. According to the blog post, Forte's new game developers include United States-based Hi-Red Studios and Enway, Canadian social games provider Magnic, and German gaming firm DECA. Games and Netmarble again. Each of the 5 gaming developers will integrate Forte's blockchain platform into one of its games, enabling new benefits for both developer and player communities. So Fortnite's clearly, with Spring, going to be using ILP and interoperability through XRP Ledger, is basically partnering with multiple gaming developers to put the back-end APIs on. It's got to be what it's for. If they're not saying it directly, what else would it be for? It's making sure that they not only build platforms, gaming platforms, that within that sandbox has got real world value. And again, Elder Scrolls, everyone's sitting back, so right, we're going to make some limited edition stuff that's going to be tapped to these smart contracts. How are we going to do the smart contracts? How they're going to work? How we're going to secure ownership? How we're going to provide the security and the transparency of the ownership? And it comes down to digital IDs, doesn't it? Until there's digital IDs online, I don't think anyone's going to be able to, not anyone, but certain industries are not going to be able to go as far as they would like without digital IDs. You talk about XRP becoming streams. The shares went up, didn't they, Adam? Adam R? Didn't the shares go up after the news, or the rumor broke? It's just some guy come out not wanting to be named, dropped a shitty little rumor that made shares bump up. So I'm a bit suspect that if there's no official takeover bid, not in the public eye. They're saying there's an official takeover bid, but where is it in the public eye? At Forte, we believe that blockchain technology by itself is not enough, the startup said, emphasizing that engaging player experiences must accompany tech advancement, according to the firm. That's the best reason behind the addition of new game partners. Paid to play. That's what I want to see. I want to see kids being paid to play the games. Not all of them are going to figure it out. Not all of them are going to work it out. But some will. Get caught in the other conversations. So do I, mates. Why we started the other channel, Love for Media, but not many people came over to it, so we had some deep conversations over there at one point, like the fucking soul and consciousness and that. I love conversations like that. Bank robber gets more time than a rapist. Exactly, Alan. Exactly. Steve, chipped at birth. How do you feel about that? How does everyone feel about that? You know, we had a kid next month. And they was like, oh, by the way, we've started chipping humans at birth now. Your kid's in tomorrow. How would you feel about your kid getting a chip? Or society requesting that your kid has a chip? We're getting a bit Demolition Man road there. But it's conversation that some people are going to want to have. Like, if you refuse the chips, do they just mean like, right, well, you're not allowed in that building. You're not allowed in that building. You can't use them services. You can't use these services. It's a weird one. Like, to refuse tracking. How much can tracking help us? Croydon. How many? Steve Wilkes. We've got some Steves in here. Have I had a word of the day yet? I won't give you a word of the day yet. I've not seen it. Oh, what was that there? Those Cody there. Those who sacrifice freedom for security deserve neither. It's an interesting one, that term on its own, that sentence. Those who sacrifice freedom for security deserve neither. Someone said that in the past. I can't remember who it was. That's a quote of someone, isn't it? It's a quote of someone else, that. Again, it's not about sacrificing freedom for security. Is the freedom not already gone? If a paedophile talking to a 13-year-old boy gets his sentence overturned through privacy, is your freedom and security not already gone? It's not about sacrificing the freedom. It's about sacrificing a bit of your privacy. Doesn't mean you won't still have secrets. Miles Parker, great input. Sadiq, morning. Sadiq. I'm bad with names, man, I'm sorry. This is what I was saying in the future, by like, how easy is it to make a chip? I mean, come on, let's have it right. If you're going to be moon, some people are expecting to be multimillionaires. How much is it going to cost to actually have your own chip created? A chip that's compatible with all these other systems, but you actually control. And not only control it, but the person that you paid to make it actually fully explained it all to you. And you actually understand how you control it and how it works. It's a weird one, like making your own ledger and home hub, or do you buy the Samsung SmartThings hub? Do you buy Hives? Do you buy Virgins? Do you buy a Dell server and let them run it? Do you buy an IBM one? Let IBM run your app, give you an iPledger Fabric module ledger. It's a weird one, isn't it? Like, I'm really interested in how people feel about the chips. What would the referendum vote be at the moment? Two sides of the coin, right? If nothing had happened, and they just said like, would you accept people being chipped? Or if you've experienced something where a chip could have helped you, do you know what I mean? Anything. I don't. It's hard, isn't it? When you say if you've had a daughter, it's like fucking hell, like shit. How bad's that conversation to be? And not everyone's gonna want to come out and be like, well, yeah, I've experienced that and I feel like a chip, but it's a really tough conversation to have, and it's a lot easier to do it when you're imagining. It's a lot easier to say, oh, I'm sorry, but if my fucking nephew was to get fucking kidnapped. I've lost my cat at the moment, and he's got a microchip, but only when it's scanned. Can't find my cat with GPS. People all seem to think that they're going to get an RFID chip put in their hand and they can be instantly tracked. Well, why can't I track my cat? I can't track my cat, mate. I don't know where my cat is, so what makes you think that they're going to know where you are? They're just going to know what you purchased, what doors you opened, at what device. Every time your chip, it's a near field connection device, and you activate it to either make a payment, open a door, produce your ticket to the train, produce your ticket for the plane, show your passport, show your driver's license, whatever it is you do, the chip does it for you, and it's then tracked and logged. Scott Pratt was in that place at that time, and he bought that. He bought that bag, and then that bag's found in the sea 2 years later. Scott Pratt gets fined for not throwing it away properly. I said this yesterday, spoke about it. It's how we get to the circular economy where nothing's rubbish. In nature, nothing's rubbish. Humans and animals eat plants and other animals in nature, and then when they die, the other animals eat them, and eventually the plants will eat you as well when you've been broke down into shit, and your nitrogen and your phosphorus and all that stuff's in the soil, and then you're being eaten again by the very plants and cabbages that your ancestors and great grandkids are gonna be eating. Don't mind being chipped as long as my wife don't have the GPS on me. This is what I'm saying, Mike. Right, go online and search pet GPS chips. Go and try and get a chip for your pet, because if you think they exist now and they're on the market, a chip that can track you, go and see how fucking big it is, mate, and then tell me you can get that under your skin. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Stop. It's not ready yet. What was that now? Cause light. Stop. It's not ready yet. Oh, cerebellum. Fuck, I know what that is. Cerebellum. It's making me think of fucking Cerebro from X-Men. Cerebellum. I'm not gonna get that. Cerebellum. I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. Phone's there. Cerebellum. I don't know. I want to say it's something in my head. I don't think it is. I'm Googling it now, by the way, so I'm cheating. I'm right when I think I'm fucking wrong, mate. Yeah, it's in your head. The cerebellum receives information from the sensory systems, the spinal cord, and other parts. I nearly actually said at the top of the spinal cord as well. No, I'm not. Just pull the information out of the fucking. I don't know where that came from. I knew it was in the head. Obviously, I fucking said it. I didn't know what it was though. I do now. The cerebellum. It is basically it coordinates voluntary movements such as posture, balance, coordination, and speech, resulting in smooth, balanced muscular activity. So in the future, imagine a chip that's going to connect to the cerebellum in a paralyzed person, and it's going to connect the cerebellum, and then wherever they're broke in the spinal column, they'll have a break in it, damage. They'll have damaged spinal cords that are struggling to send them signals to the body to tell the body to move and to balance the body. In the future, they'll put a chip up there. They'll have some wires going down, like really, really thin microfiber fucking nanobot thin wires going down your spinal cord and then reconnecting into a healthy piece. And you'll be able to send them signals through the chip. Neural interface, anyone? Oh, don't want neural interface. Not putting a chip in my fucking head. You're not putting a chip in my fucking head. Yeah, we'll go and ask the disabled person if he wants a cerebellum chip so he can walk. It's not just about a chip in your head so you can think, TV on. It's not just about that. This is the same kind of shit, right? Where you try and get to the moon and you try and scan stars and you try and scan this and you try and scan that, and you end up inventing MRI scans and X-rays and all this kind of shit that the hospitals then turn around like, well, hang on a minute, not really useful for you in space, but it's fucking useful down here. That MRI shit you've got there can actually scan each fucking layer of a human. Let's get that in the hospital. Let's get X-rays in the hospital. Who do you think invented the baby scan when you look at your baby in the hospital? NASA, space agencies. So when they try to make something that's got a practical use somewhere else. It always filters down and actually has another use somewhere else. So in making disabled people be able to walk, and Elon Musk finally figures out a way to put a Neuralink in. And not only that, but they lift it a little bit higher. I'm pretty sure the place where your eye sensors go back there, so your bionic eye and being able to see and stuff. Fucking great word, Steve. I love you, mate. That was a good word, that. Sent me off, that. I like you. Interested in it. It looks fucking nuts, Adam, and everyone, this is what I'm trying to say, everyone tries to turn round and be like, fucking, oh, got a chip in my head, I'm alright, but this is what I mean, and they will find a different use case for it. So they tried scanning stars and ended up with x-rays and all that, and they could still scan stars. They're going to try fixing parts of the brain, and in doing that, they're going to realize that they can really push thought process, and flying drones off thought, turning your out, running your house off thought, connecting to your personal ledger through the chip in your head. Again, it's crazy. It's crazy as fuck. But I think the chip will be in your eye, Steve. I think there'll be multiple chips, mate. Like one of the first major ones is going to be vision. I truly believe that it's going to be vision. There will be a chip in your retina if it's not just a complete new bionic eye. It will then have new wiring. It might even have a fucking wireless thing sending a wireless signal, but they need to figure out how to get this. It's got to use the original pathways it's used, and if it's only the eye that's damaged, then yeah, you'll get a chip in your eye, and the chip will be at the front of the eye, making sure that the damaged part of the eye then works and it sends a signal to the back that's still fixed. Now, if it's the bit at the back that actually records that picture and decides how you see and how you're going to remember it and all that, if that's the bit that damaged, then the chip has to be at the back receiving the information and making sure the receptor and the receivers are receiving the right signals. That is deep, bro. That is deep. About just a simple little chip to stop epilepsy. Now, CBD oil does fucking smashing, don't get me wrong, but they've got to keep taking it, haven't they? Now, if you give them CBD oil to stop them doing it, like to stop it in the short term, but you want them to wean them off the oil without them coming back, maybe a chip can, because epileptic fits, your signal's supposed to go down your head like that, from front to back, down your spinal cord, into your body, and they go front to back. A fit, they go inside to side on an epileptic fit. It's why the human just can't fucking function, can't move. 100% Steve, cerebellum, especially for people walking. They've got the chances that they could put a chip in the cerebellum and actually have disabled people walk again. Cerebellum chip to enable people to walk again. Why not, mate? Why not? Why not search that? Let's have a look. Fucking hell. September the 24th, 2018. Two people walk. Two people with paralysis walk again using implanted device. It was like watching fireworks, but from the inside. Kelly Thomas and Def Marquis, who both have complete spinal cord injuries, have walked for the first time as a result of a spinal cord stimulation. Oh my, I swear to God, I already read this before I was just saying what I was just saying. I've not read it. So Kelly's truck flipped with her inside it in 2014. She was told she'd probably never walk again. Now, without from spinal cord implant that was nicknamed Junior, Thomas was able to walk on her own. Thomas Marcus, who was paralysed after a mountain bike accident, can now independently walk again after participating in a study at University of Louisville. It was published today. Thomas's balance is still off. She needs a walker, but she can walk 100 yards across grass. She also gained muscle and lost a nerve pain in her foot that's persisted since her accident. Another unnamed person with spinal cord injury. So for nearly 1.3 million people who are paralysed because of spinal cord injuries in the US, the hope is that standing and stepping can help bring more independence, improve circulation and bone density to boost cardiovascular health. There is no treatment for people with this type of injury. This isn't taking them back to before their injury, but it's giving them significant incremental return of function and health that can master it. Where did you put the chip, bruh? Where did you put it? It was like watching fireworks from the inside, something that was supposed to happen. So, Junior is a 16 electrode array that delivers electrical stimulation to a spinal cord with intense training and what Hammer calls a whisper of an intent from Thomas's brain. The device helped Thomas walk again. Almost definitely connected from the cerebral, the cerebellum down to the spinal cord. Oh my days. They're already doing it, guys. So this is what we try to say. We try to say, you know, put chips in people's heads. We're going to put chips in people, putting microchips in human. And everyone's like, freaking the fuck out. Come on, man. It's helping some people. Yeah. It's going to lead to tracking. It's going to lead to the possibility of everyone being chipped and them possibly knowing where you are when GPS finally comes into it. But, mate. It's a dangerous game. I'd have to wear a tinfoil hat to block the signals. Lost Brethren, mornings. Yeah, we've legitimately just been talking about possible microchips going in humans and into people's brains and stuff. And the fact that everyone just freaks out about it straight away, before actually breaking down the possible medical implications and who it can help, i.e. people like that, you couldn't walk. All of a sudden he's had an implant put in that's helping facilitate signals down his spinal cord, and he's doing bits. So's the woman. It's two of them. This was 2 years ago. Whoa. Thomas controls it with a remote that communicates through her skin to a hub in her abdomen. I have to have a remote to turn it on and off myself, or turn myself on and off. When it says I'm off, I'm completely paralyzed. Whenever it's on, I can kick my legs out, can walk, can move my toes, can do pretty much anything I need to do. Oh my God. Wow. Upgrade, anyone? The film, Upgrade, told you to watch it the other week. If you didn't watch it, go and watch it. That's it. It's Upgrade. Hidden in fantasy. I just keep telling people the future's hidden in sci-fi and fantasy. So Star Trek throws warp drive in, something that's 200 years away, for you to think that most of it's bullshit. And at the time, most of it was self-opening doors, flip phones, all that kind of shit, fucking LCD screens and all that on starships. It was all way in the future. But now we've got every single bit of it except for replicators, transporters, warp drive, and the actual fucking starship. Show me something in Star Trek we haven't got other than them. Do you know what I mean? Like the antimatter shit and all that. That's still a couple of 100 years away. But we've got the flat screens. We've got holograms almost. We've not got the holodeck. That's a good shout. We've got the flip phone. We've had the flip phone screens and gone behind them, and now our phone's the flaming flat screen LCD. Do you know what I mean? Beam me up, Lost Brethren. I'm telling you, it's go and watch Upgrade. And it's exactly the same. The guy puts a chip in his head. It allows him to walk again. So the idea is there from the movies. I didn't know they'd been doing it 2 years ago. I didn't know it was that far along with it. Right, Alan. Upgrade. Where did you get? Tell me where you got to when you stopped watching it. As his wife died and he was in his house with his mum, moping like a knobhead. Had he not really spoke to the robot yet? How far did you get, mate? Robot starts talking to him, saying he's going to do anything he does, and then he's like, right, we'll turn off then, shut the fuck up. And then the guy just stops moving, paralysed again. And he's like, right, it can work again now. Boom, his things come back. That's the same as everybody on and off switch. I'm interested in how far you got, because if you got to the kitchen scene and stopped watching, I have to be like, not even the kitchen, the bedroom, the first fight in the bedroom. If you got to there and stopped it after that, I'm gonna have to be like, wow, you're probably not into the whole film if you stopped at that point. But honestly, mate, that when he's in the room and I can't remember what the fucking robot's called, but the robot's telling him to attack and all that, and he's a shitbag. He don't attack, and the guy's in a room. He's gonna kill him. He's there to kill him, and or take him in or something. I can't remember. Like he's gonna kill him, he's gonna make him off. And he has him on the floor, choking him out. And the robot's like, I can fucking help you here, bro. If you just give me the signal, just tell me to take control. I'm not allowed to. I can't take control of your body unless you give me permission. That's what the robot's telling him. And he's like, right, take control out there. And the robot just fucking grabs the guy's head, just starts choking him, to fucking throat chops him, comes up like a plank. Oh my days, what a fucking scene. Imagine a soldier like that, mate. Shit. If the chip gives you access to your funds or private keys, there'll be a lot of hostage taking you. Depends how much it gives. Can you limit it to small you'd limit your hand to small transactions and use your phone and two-factor authentication for anything over like 50 quid or over 30 quid. You'd only use your hand for small transactions like you do now for your card. How many people hold you hostage for your contactless card, Keith? How many hostage situations do you see for contactless card payments? You know, to just rob that and go round for a day using it. There is a lot of working out to be done, but what happens if the chip is acting into make the person do crime, murder? What worries me more than that about that? That's an interesting perspective. Zblogger9, respect it, but for the chip in the head, the chip on the cerebellum or spinal cord is a little bit different because that can control you. So I'm with you there. Upgrade type is pretty dodgy if someone hacks it. But anywhere else in your body, but I'm kind of with, you know, if they was to say we've got a nanobot that kills AIDS and HIV and cancer in one fucking nanobot, they actually come out and say that and people believe it. How many people are taking them nanobots in the body, knowing that they'll never get cancer, they'll never get HIV, and they'll never get AIDS, just them three, knowing that they will never kill you, that you can have sex with anyone and you'll never get HIV or AIDS, or you can fucking eat a cancer tumor and it ain't gonna do shit to you. You know what I'm getting at? Like you're not gonna get it. But then what's to say them nanobots can't be hacked into to chew into your spinal cord and then make you a mindless zombie? That's the zombie apocalypse, in my opinion, mate. 100%. Zombie apocalypse isn't people being raised from the dead. It's people taking control of nanobots and humans. Watch Upgrade again, Alan. Upgrade, man. The guy sneezes in someone's face and nanobots travel in his sneeze. They don't hurt him. They're his weapon. But if he sneezes in your face, mate, you don't fucked it. You better have a mask on, and not one of them masks they're all walking about with. I mean, a proper mask. Getting chips in around in Sweden now. We already thought the rich would get answered. Oh no, the engine's about to blow. Or if you get beamed, you get transported somewhere else. If your physical body gets pulled apart, turned into data, the data gets sent to another computer, and then another computer uses different atoms to rearrange it and puts your consciousness back in it. Is that still you? Like, you know, to religious people, is that person, is it you? When Captain Kirk gets, or fucking Spock, or anyone, Picard gets transported from one place to the other for the very first time, is the original version of that human just destroyed? and every other version after that was just a copy created by a computer, but it still has his actual consciousness in it. Like he just bounced to a new avatar. An avatar, a physical avatar that the computer made instead of God, instead of the absolute and the universe making it. A computer made it. Inside of 10 minutes, Jesus wept, talent, right? Yeah. Some movies don't have the budget, do they? Right, let's break it down a little bit. Some movies don't quite have the budget you expect. Some movies are not quite shot how you expect. Some movies haven't got any actors that you like or anything like that. And a little bit like, looks a bit shit there, it's going to whack it off. Wait till his wife dies. He gets paralyzed. His wife gets killed, he gets paralyzed. He gets the chip put in his head. And then just watch it to the first time the chip takes over and defends him. Just watch it until the robot defends him for the first time. Now, I'm fucking telling you now, if you're not like, yo, if you're not like at that point, then it's maybe not for you, mate. But as a bit show, sorry, mate, butchering names today. It is a great movie. Upload. I've not, but just with a name like Upload, it sounds interesting. What time are you on? So I'm going to look for Ozai in midday. Got to go and look for little Ozai. Saw a cat last night on Facebook. I was in tears. Fucking broke down. Saw a cat last night on Facebook. Looked like mine. Found miles away though, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, someone like robbed him and he's got away from them as well when they've took him to near where they live. Looks like him that. I'm looking through all the thread and that, trying to get to the person who's found him, trying to get information. Is he microchipped? Has he got the little nick on his ear? Was top of his ears missing? And then there's this other girl's in there looking, because thinks it might be her cat missing for 2 weeks. Ozai's only been out 4 days, and she's on the thread as well. And in the end, it ended up her cat. She got hold of the vet and he passed away. Been it. Fuck. It was brutal, mate. And legitimately just had me thinking it could be Ozai. Like, now if we carry on now, I'm gone. See my eyes? I am gone if I carry on talking about that. It was savage. It was heavy, mate. Like proper ever. Anyway, Upload. Whoo! Upload series. American web television series. Oh, it's got fucking the younger Mel in it. I like him. What's his name? I need to remember his Robbie Amell. Because I always think like fucking, is it fucking hell? I forgot his brother, Green Arrow. Steve Amell. Amell. Steve, is it? Yeah. Are they brothers or cousins? Robbie Amell. Stephen Amell. The brothers or cousins? Cousins, in case anyone was wondering. Right, so Upload with fuck it off, Robbie Amell, Robert Patrick Amell. Well, Robert Patrick Amell the fourth. Yeah. Welcome to Upload. After a self-driving car crash, Nathan is uploaded to Lakeview, his girlfriend's family's digital afterlife, where he meets his customer service rep. Oh my days! What the fuck, bruh? He dies and gets uploaded to a digital heaven. Is that on Netflix? Only just come out? Damn. Oh, what's it on? Amazon Prime Video. I'm gonna watch that. Good shout. Thanks for that. Ooh, yeah. I'm having a look at that later, mate. Yeah, Alan, just give it halfway through, mate. Wait till that fight. I think he goes from the living room to the kitchen. I'm merging the fight, mate. It's the same fight. He starts in the living room and he finishes it in the kitchen. But I swear to God, mate, this guy's, fucking hell, mate. Like one little bit of it, he gets him in the kitchen and his throat chopped him and all that. And the guy's talking to him in his head and he's like, "What we doing?" He's like, "Just leave it to me. Just leave it to me, Gary. Just leave it to me, Gary." You know, I thought it was called Gary, but that's like the voice. "Just leave it to me, Gary. I got this, Gary." It's fucking spicy. He's like, the guy picks a knife up, getting ready to stab him, and he's like, "He's got a knife," and his hand just goes to the side, picks a knife up. He's like, "So do we, Gary," and he just fucking sticks it straight at the guy. He's like, "What?" But his reaction, because the robot's controlling him, he's like, "Damn, that's fucking savage." It's fucking brutal as fuck. He's not in control of himself at all, and he's absolutely murking the shit out of this guy. Like, not to spoil it too much. That's why I'm only talking about one scene, one fight, because it gets better, mate. It's just like, that's the scene that makes you go, wow, wow. Imagine soldiers and shit like this. Turn the pain off, mate. Imagine you could turn the pain off. And it knew what's a little shitty flesh wound that's only going to annoy you, and what's something that's actually damaging to the body and it has to run away and repair. You're talking like, mate. Sadiq, do you know what's going to do it with the kids? Carrying the wallet about, me. You know I'm going to want to carry a wallet about in 2025. Getting sick of having cards and that now. How many people are paying on a phone or a watch instead of the card? When your driving license, your card, your ECS card, your CSCS card, your NHS card, your student union card, it doesn't matter what fucking library card, driver's license, passport, doesn't matter what it is. It can go on a blockchain database now, a distributed ledger database on your phone, and you don't need a wallet at all. You don't need a wallet to hold cash, cards, anything. It can all be on your phone now. And the next generation are going to be like, "Oh, I don't need a wallet. Why do I need a wallet? Why have I got all these cards?" Like, it's crazy. Asimov. I haven't, though. Asimov. It's ringing a bell, that, but I've watched that many fucking fantasy shit. It could just be another version of Aragon in some guy's book. Asimov. Isaac Asimov. Is that who? Oh, 9% in that charger. Oh. Ib. Is that who you're on about? Sean seen upload, loved it, proper good. Oh, that's the kind of review I'm yeah, dude. I know, like, as long as someone doesn't rob him, as in keep him in and don't take him to the vet, because you're not supposed to keep a cat you find, guys, in the UK especially. If you didn't know, if you find a cat, you're supposed to take it to the vet or to a shelter. So I found a cat. Is it wild or does someone own it? And then the shelter and vet tries to find out. If they can't, if it's not chipped, you then get the option to take it home or leave it at the shelter. You don't just own a cat because it appears at your fucking house and it wants to scram. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a little bit scared someone's going to rob the cat, as in they're going to take it in and not take it to the vet. That is stealing a cat. It's captive. You're kidnapping the cat. The cat's free. Cat's got the right to roam. It's allowed in your garden. It's allowed around your house. It's not trespassing wherever it goes. It can go into Buckingham Palace grounds and it ain't trespassing. You've got the Theft Act of 1960 odd that says cat's property if it's owned and been purchased, which mine has. And you've got the Animal Rights Act of 72 or something that states cats have got the right to roam, which is why I say cats have got more rights to roam than humans, because we have. You walk in Buckingham Palace grounds, mate, you're getting pulled. Cat's not. Cat's just going to get allowed to walk right through. So I have to make sure, I have to hope that someone don't just rob it. Michael, You only get a chip in your left hand. C Fry, we're talking about Upload, the show. Upgrade is on Sky TV if you're in the UK. It is on Sky box office at the moment. Where's this search? Let me just check. I don't think it's on Netflix. It's not on Netflix, but that's a decent one. Tau, T-A-U. Tau's a good one on Netflix. That's an AI that runs a house. Oh yeah, it's a good one. That is a good one. Upgrades on Sky though. Upload is on Amazon Prime. Do you watch Breaking Bad all there? No, never interested, baby. Look up Wim Hof, turn pain off. Do you know what pain? How you experience pain and how it gets blocked off? Sure. C Fry, sort of. What we're talking about at the back of the head, the receptors. You have a gap in them. You have a gap in your spinal cord, a tiny little fucking gap. And if you're ever in extreme pain, you'll hear stories of someone who fell off a cliff and shattered the leg, shattered the pelvis, couldn't fucking move, in extreme pain. And then they started thinking to themselves, if I don't get off this mountain, I'm dead. I'm going to die here. Your brain at that point is like, yo, we don't need shock here. We need no pain. We need to move. We need to get to a better place, more safe there. And what it does is it secretes a fatty fucking lipid, an acid, like a fatty acid lipid. It's basically an oil, you know, an omega-3, and it, like a fishy oil, comes down your spinal cord and it blocks that gap. So your pain signals can't get through, right? Other signals can, for some reason. Don't ask, I'm not a fucking brain scientist, I don't know, just read it a little bit. Other signals get through, which then allow you to move, because you don't feel the pain. But the minute you're safe again, and you in your head start thinking, yeah, I'm safe now, not going to die anymore, i.e. I'm in the back of the ambulance, boom, that pain's coming back to let you know exactly where it is, so you can tell them people, and you can search stories on it, mate. I want to try and get one up. Craig, the film was Upgrade, the series was Upload. Let me try and search that. Dude's done. I want to find that because it's proper fucking interesting. See, it's just giving me like how to block your pain receptors on its own. No, I don't want that. See, so when you take pain medication, like pain medications, it's actually on the nerve receptors, so it's not receiving, it's not transmitting signals to the brain properly, right? But when the brain does it itself, it's in the top of the brain. I'm gonna be wounded. I can't get this up now, and I'm gonna find it in the future and remember. I'll fucking show you, because one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. Because there's an actual story where the woman, she fell off the cliff, shattered her pelvis, broke her legs and all that. And only when she was in the bed going up to the chopper did the pain come back. Type Myson. I don't understand why we talk about this shit. I'm only interested in making money from crypto. Don't care about the bullshit. We are years away from $1 XRP. This concerns me more than any shit. Well, just get on with your life then, mate. Just go and get on with your life, bro. That's what we are stressing for. Just go and get on with your life, mate. Simple. It's not hard. It's like, just ignore crypto for a bit. Just ignore it for a bit, mate. If you've already made the decision in your head that you're years away from a $1 XRP and you need it over the dollar, just go and chill, mate. Push your hobbies, invest in yourself, invest in the internet of value, do something. Do you know what I mean? I'll have a look, Steve. I'll keep the tab of him open, Asimov. Can you operate the edge? No, shit. That T-fuel dropped in pretty quick, doesn't it, Alan? This is what I mean. It might not be worth that much at the moment. But who's to say that's not going to be worth 20 cents in the future when you've managed to accumulate 2,000 of them for basically nothing, and you just give it your kid as some pocket money. So look at that, what I got just for running the PC, son. It's gonna be like, oh, what? You got money for leaving the computer on, Dad? You know what I mean? You're going to change his world, mate. Like, you're going to change the world. Alan, love it. I love the tech. Love the where it can go. Love where it probably will go. Some sides of it are scary, yeah, but people, we're in a new technology, a brand new industry in technology. And people then wonder why it makes you go to other avenues and technologies to maybe see how they're going to meet down the line. It's like everyone in the 90s who saw the internet and saw the way that the internet was not just going to be sending fucking emails to one another, right? Imagine we're in the 90s now. And everyone's like, oh, we can send emails, buzzing. Can send an email now. I don't need to send a letter. If I've got an email address for someone, I can just send an email, buzzing. And then they just went about the day. They invested in email, in AOL. And just went about the day. It was going to be years before AOL's worth anything. 10 years later, though, EOL's nowhere to be seen. Or AOL, sorry, is nowhere to be seen. And during the 90s, when you just turned your back on a brand new tech that apparently was only email, right? There was loads of people thinking, well, how's this internet going to affect commerce? People are going to start selling online. What are these websites? It's like Google, AdWords, all this coming up. How's it going to affect content consumption? The likes of renting from Blockbuster go online. What are these new streaming services? Everyone questioning how different industries were going to come together through this new technology being the internet. And now again, you've got it again. We're doing it again. Just sat there and payment to payment. We've got payment without the banks now. You had email without the post office, sending a letter without the post office. You've now got a payment without the banks. And not everyone, again, generalising, but a lot of people have now gone, oh, well, it's just about payments between the banks, and just wait for it to move. Just wait for it to move. Well, no. Again, what does it mean for e-commerce? What does it mean for content consumption? What does it mean for gaming, for esports, for sports, for entertainment, for democracy, for voting, for medical records, for criminal records? What does it mean? Like, why do we talk about all this shit? Because it's all going to be entwined together through DLT. Neurotransmitter. Sunstans P.SP. Supply and demand. The biggest demand on the planet, and I keep saying it, is convenience. People demand convenience these days. They just demand it. They demand convenience in the here and now, and they want progression. They want the future convenience to be even faster or even less friction. They just want faster, faster, easier, easier. Faster, faster, easier, easier. Faster internet, easier internet. No wires. We've got rid of wires. Getting rid of wires, man. Got wireless charging. And go back to 1975 and tell people doing wireless charging. They'd be like, well, all that Tesla bullshit. Oh, that's a load of shit, that. Go back 1,000 years with a wireless charger and a Tesla coil on the end of a stick, and they're going to burn you as a witch, mate. You only have to go back about 400 years with that, and you're getting burnt as a witch. Pretty much, Mark, yeah. Yeah, mate, I come here with like-minded people who like to open the mind, broaden the perspective, and look at things from different angles and discuss and debate it. And the general public would rather debate fucking Love Island and when Coronation Street's going to start filming again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, mate. You hit the nail on the head then, lad. Good observation skills. Very good observation skills. Humans demand convenience. They always will. And it will lead to something some people are scared of. Like, that is, do you know what? That scares me more, Mark. What scares me more than fucking Terminators coming and zombies coming is the amount of zombies we've already got out there, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's scarier. So if we try to do democracy through consensus right now, while you've got people being shot on their own porch with rubber bullets in America, you've got all sorts happening. You've got C-19 and all the fear. If you try to do democracy through consensus now, most of the sheep and zombies out there are just going to be like, no, we obviously clearly need to be ruled. We need to do, we need this, we need that, we need governments, we need that. They're all being programmed to fear and to feel like we still need to be ruled. It's like the old agenda of there's going to be a big agenda against Trump now, isn't there? Using all this against him to get him out in November to make America vote against him. I'm not saying it's an agenda, and that's why it's being conveyed that way, and that's the vantage point and perspective being given mostly. But as I said earlier in the video, the mainstream media seems to be showing more of the riots and all that stuff, more than the actual peaceful protests and actual officers, police officers. You see all them police? I can't remember where they were. I wish I did. All the police officers walked right up to the protesters and just dropped to the knee. Did a Colin Kaepernick right in front of the protesters, like just drop the knee. Why is that not on every single news channel instead of people running out of Foot Locker with Nikes? Do you know what I mean? It's like, imagine there's a Martin Luther King speech in fucking Central Park in New York, but they're showing a fucking gang fight in Chicago on the news instead. Do you know what I mean? That's legitimately what it's like at the moment. It's like you've legitimately got peaceful protests all over the gaff, because I've seen them. I just haven't seen them on mainstream media. And then all the mainstream media is just showing me people robbing Nikes and people twatting people trying to defend the fucking shop. And then I get sent, then I see loads of white people sharing that white guy who got battered outside his shop. He walked out of his shop with a sword, mate. Come on, guys, like, if you're worried about your shop getting smashed up during a fucking riot, you lock the door, bring the shutters down. You don't walk out of it with a samurai sword. Say, does anyone want to come in here peacefully and buy a Mars bar? Don't start shit, I'll take your fucking head off. Yeah, I'll come in and get a bottle of Coke, mate. Like, what the fuck? Shut your fucking shop. If it gets damaged at night, it gets damaged. Shit happens, man. You should have insurance. All businesses should have insurance. But yeah, if we did a consensus right now for how the country's going to be running all that, then I feel we'd fucking lose it. This is why it's going to take the next generation to wake up to be like, hang on a minute. It's not being run right, this shit. It's not being run right, this shit. Most people can't spell consensus. Luckily Rising, my phone remembers it now. I used to have to not gonna lie, mate, it was a new term to be using so much, but it's used in science, it's used in military. You could have a squadron of 20 military men, like 20 Navy SEALs in the middle of the bush, and they've got to make a decision of where to go and what to do, and they're all talking to each other to be like, what's the film called, like where the Lone Survivor or something like that. They're all having a little chat. They're coming to an agreement, a consensus of what's the best thing to do in that jungle, but the commander is the one with boom, he pushes the fucking button. Do you know what I mean? Because they're in the jungle and it's just them locked off. Now, if they was part of the grander network and every fucking available SEAL on the planet, an available node on the planet, was looking at that time at the decisions they could be made, then you could get 100,000 pushes of the button instead of just it being on one person. Because although you came to a consensus between 20 guys, it was on one man, the commander. He's the guy who gets shit if shit goes wrong. If 19 men get killed and he's the lone survivor, he made the fucking decision. They all agreed to do it, and it's what they wanted to do, but it was down to him. And he was the reason 19 men got killed. Or was it? But they want someone. They don't want to push the button themselves, I'm basically saying. Most people, the sheep, the zombies, they don't want to push the button themselves. They want to say, oh, well, I'll do that, but it's on you. It's on you. It's on you if it goes to shit. I agree. It's on you if it goes to shit. It's like, nah, we need to be at, like, how many people in the pub or in the local fucking, wherever you go, local community centre, how many people in there will happily talk about who they voted for and why they voted for them? Not many people will. Like, they wanted privacy. Would a purge or staying locked up inside? Would I purge? It's an interesting one, that. Not like in the film. Won't purge for murder and shit like that. I think, don't some people already purge? Wouldn't you consider like boxers and UFC fighters and all that? Wouldn't you consider, are they just competitive? Or are they purging? Conor McGregor? Yeah, and all that at the conferences and being a fucking knob and just being a disrespectful prick right up until the fight, winding the guy up and grinding him up and then letting all that out on it. Is he not purging all that during the fight? Are both fighters not really doing it, purging their anger against each other these days? Or is it still sportsman battle? Because it's supposed to be sporting event where we just legitimately see who's the best competitor and who's kung fu's better than who's. Not supposed to be like go and break his face and call his mum a slag. Do you know what I mean? It's what's any chance of martial law coming to the UK? That's interesting. Mine the T-Fuel, baby. Mining the T-Fuel. Not only are you mining the T-Fuel, you are helping everyone who streams on Theta TV, actually. You're helping the network. So, congrats and well done. Martial law coming to the UK. It's like that video of the cop who got sacked, didn't he? He released a video saying that, like, people in power and people in law enforcement shouldn't follow orders if they think they're wrong. It's like, just because it's an order, you come back to the consensus of the group. Like, it shouldn't take much for the group to be like, come on, come on, Sarge. That's a bit heavy, that, Sarge. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Sarge. I'm not doing it, General. I'm not doing it, Major. I'm not doing it, Corporal. Sorry, Corporal, I'm not doing it. Whack me in fucking, take me to military jail, whatever you want to do, mate. Get the MPs in. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But instead, they got geared up and they shot people in the forehead. They shot people with rubber bullets on their own porches in America. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Is there any actual military and police who actually did stay back? No, I'm not doing it, but not doing it, Gaffer. The ones that went out on the knees. What was their orders? What was their orders compared to the guys with the guns shooting fucking rubber bullets? What was their orders compared to the cops that are just kneeling with protesters? What's the difference in the orders they was given? Why was they giving different orders? Why some people, do you know what I mean? Different areas, different states, different cities, completely different units. Well, you know what I mean? In America, like the county sheriff, you've got state troopers, you've got fucking all sorts of mad laws and borders over there, haven't you? You've got like you know, like your state laws and your federal laws and all that stuff. It's hard for some of the other, for the rest of the world to actually get their head round the mechanics of how America actually works. Do you know what I mean? It's, can I get a liquidity? You certainly can, Sly. Anytime, mate. UK's too dead behind the eyes to riot. Well, I went to the Manchester riots. Fucking hell, what was that now? About a decade ago. And that was a black lad. That was a black lad in a UK riot. All right, 2011 England riots. The 2011 England riots, more widely known as the London riots, were a series of riots between 6th and 11th of August 2011, where thousands of people rioted in cities and towns across England, which saw looting, arson, and mass deployment of police, resulted in the deaths of 5 people. That was over someone's death. That was over the death of someone. And again, it's sad that you kind of forget the name. Protests started in Tottenham, London, following the death of Mark Duggan. Rest in peace, Mark. Rest in peace, Mark. Mark Duggan, a 29-year-old British man, was shot and killed by police in Tottenham, North London. The Metropolitan Police stated the officers were attempting to arrest Duggan on suspicion of planning an attack, and that he was in possession of a handgun. Duggan died from gunshot wounds to the chest. The circumstances of his death resulted in public protests in Tottenham, which led to the conflict with police and escalated into riots across London and other English cities. I went to Manchester when that was going off, and it was going off, mate. It was going off. We just kept our distance in the middle of the road, stood there. I was at a traffic, you know, so like, you got the traffic islands, aren't you, where the traffic lights, you got the cars going one way, the cars going the other way, and you'll cross the road in the traffic lights. You look at some English. In England, we have an island at times that separates the roads. So if you can cross one side, if that side's busy as fuck, but that side's empty, you can just cross and stand on the island, and then you'll have posts either side of you. So we was just stood on the island in the middle of the road in Piccadilly Gardens, so where the buses and all that circulate. People's running into Spa. I've seen a little lad, Bally, don't run out of Spa with a flat screen TV in his hand. He just legitimately ragged the teller off the wall in Spa. So Britain will riot, mate. The UK will riot. It was only 9 years ago, that. There he is. Rest in peace, the lad. You know what I mean? Might have forgot your name, mate, but I didn't forget it happened, bro. Did not forget it happened. Bastard. It happens, and it needs to stop fucking happening. Mate, at this rate, 2040, they're going to be demanding robot police. Demanding robot police, because the robot police won't shit himself and be trigger happy because he's so fucking scared. Robot cops just gonna be like, ah, bro, you can't hurt me, bro. You sit down, mate. Sit down before I break your arm. Sit down, I'm gonna break your arm. Right, you sat down. Let's have a chat. Gonna get an officer down here now. It's gonna be alright. I'm here for you. Don't get fucking lippy and don't give me shit. People's going to be demanding robot cops. Would any of you use purge? What kind of purge would you agree to? Would you agree to like mass fucking wrestling events where people can just go and kick the fuck out of each other? If you die in a ring, you die in a ring. It just is what it is. You know, like purging the streets and being able to like just break into someone's house and kill the whole family. That's a bit hardcore, that. Morning, Pablo. Morning, the Denarian. Yeah, there was no gun in London. Yeah, he had no gun. It's bullshit. Fucking, so we did riot. There was riots going off. It was 9 years. Ice 9 coming. It's... Yeah, the weekend is a demonstration for London, Floyd, interesting times. Can speculate what MSM will create out of that. Exactly. I didn't, an area, and what was it about? Anything interesting come up? Oh, what's happening? Rick Groot. I'm Groot. Good evening from Melbourne. Yeah, I learned Edge Node, mate. I was all about. I was just going to try and stream over it. I didn't realize you could just mine T-Fuel through it. Awesome, that. Yeah, the rioting. See, smash. Yeah, smashing shit up. It's a weird one, innit? When the guy got arrested, it's become a bit. Writing's not doing shit. Well, he was protesting for. Was he protesting for a day or two before they arrested him? Like outside his house protesting and stuff like that. And was it only when the riots kicked off that the arrest went in? Because then they can actually say, well, I'm sorry, but they weren't arresting him, and we rioted, and they arrested him. And everyone's like, okay, then, well, he's been arrested. Are you going to stop rioting? And then what if the rioters turn around and say, well, we would, but they've not arrested the other 3 yet? I'm sorry, guys, right, but fucking kneeling didn't work. Kneeling in the national anthem didn't do anything. It's not changing. Peacefully fucking kneel. Peacefully knelt. Quiet. Boom. Went out for a couple of days. Quite just peaceful protest. It did fuck all. Riots start and the guy's been nipped. And now you expect him to stop rioting before they nip the other 3. Again, it's... I'm not saying they should keep rioting. I'm saying it appears the rioting got him arrested, and will further rioting get the other 3 arrested? Or is it just going to result in more injury, more death, and more damage? What's evident is there's clear brutality, police brutality. Police brutality. It's across the board. It's now even happening. There's officers being arrested and sacked and all sorts for dragging people out of cars aggressively and stuff during protests and that. It's getting beyond the joke. It's not getting beyond the joke. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. That was beyond the joke's the wrong word, because someone's fucking life was taken and need to see justice. We need to see justice. But now it's causing more pain and hurt. And at some point, you need to go back to peaceful and be like, look, you need to arrest the other 3 guys, or we're going back to what we was doing yesterday. Do you know what I mean? It needs to come. And again, let's not act like there's not people being peaceful all over the gaff. I've seen some great speeches. Especially from the guy's brother and that, and people who knew him. People like Jamie Foxx. Do you know what I mean? I've legitimately seen him out there. Right, he used to work for Ripple. Yeah, post a link here if you want an area. No danger, mate. All day. But this is what I mean. Once on 5G, all the body cams could be live on a certain network, all constantly being monitored. Do you know what I mean? Have you seen the film Anon? A-N-O-N. Anon, as in anonymous. Because everyone's on an Ether network. Funny that they called it Ether, isn't it? Ethereum, net Ether. They've all got these contacts or eyes fitted. I think they've actually had their eyes modified. So they record constantly, a bit like the Black Mirror episode, but they can't really. It's a little different. But in Anon, everything gets recorded. So if there's a crime, it's a matter of just bringing the two people in that were there, watching the video, and seeing who was at fault. It's not about. There's no investigation or anything like that, except for watch the video, who was in the wrong. Next thing, there's a person who's anonymous, not in the system. The guy walks past and it just says unknown, and he's like, what the fuck? No one should be unknown. Everyone should be known. We need to know who everyone is. That's the tracking again. It's in the films. It's like in 25 years, people could be saying, well, we need a world like Anon. The only way you're going to stop all the rapes, all the murders, all the paedophiles is if we go to a world that's like that film called Anon from back in 2019. It's Clive Owen. Decent film. Oh, who cares what happens? Did his comment got boomed off? Rise in, you fat thumb. Open source, please, cameras. That's the answer. Anyone can watch them at any time. We'll make them think twice. Exactly, boo. Got to happen. And again, who's the person coming forward? Who's the person with a big enough voice? Who's going to come forward and say, look, governor, look, commissioner, look, whoever the fuck is in charge. Get it on a system like this where it's live constantly, every cop on the street, and you can just put legitimately, go on the app, anyone on the fucking planet, and not just people in your state and in your city, anyone on the planet who was KYC to that app, to like basically like give the details into the app so they can monitor it and watch it as well. You just put an officer's number in, and boom, his camera comes up. That's what I mean, and you can watch that officer on his whole shift. You can see what he's eating for dinner, mate. We'll see who wants to be police officers then. Yeah, the evaluations on police every month would be a great start. Watching the cameras, see how they conduct themselves in front of certain people. Monitor. I mean, they need to be treating and speaking to everyone in the same manner. Now, I understand with foreigners. I've worked in foreigners' houses. Occasionally, you do change how you speak. I speak to Polish toilet. You got toilet upstairs. We fit light. We come to change light. That's not condescending. That's changing my tone and my accent, so a foreign person actually kind of gets what I'm saying. And when they throw their broken English back at you, you give them the same kind of broken English, and you'll be surprised how much more they'll understand you. And if I just talk mank like this, mate, start talking to some random Indian woman like this who doesn't really know English, she's gonna not hear a word what I've said. So I mean, sometimes it's not condescending, but the police officers should legitimately, unless they have a language barrier, it shouldn't be a colour barrier. It's just language barriers. There should not be a colour and race barrier when it comes to police. They should be carrying themselves and conducting themselves exactly the same way they would as if that fucking criminal was the mum. I'm being serious. You can say what you want about that fucking knobhead deserves to die and that twat deserves to have his balls took off. If you do the same to your son, if you did the same crime, then you're right. You're right. Yeah. But if you wouldn't do the same to your son, if your son did the same crime, you're just a hypocrite and you don't really want true justice. You just want your version of justice at the time, and you want your little loved ones to stay out of it. It don't work like that. If you're going to attack someone and say you want this, that to happen to them, you need to be doing it in a way that if your mum had done it, or your dad had done it, or your brother, or your loved one, your son, if they'd done the same thing, would you be reacting the same? Would you want the same justice instilled on them? Because that's the world we've got to come to. Fair justice. Like what you would expect to happen to you if you did it, or to your loved one if you did it. It's a weird one, man. Sadiq, just tell him that the mainstream media don't want you to own assets that've got the potential to change your life, and they would do everything to make you sell them. It's what FUD is: fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Once they put a bit of that in your head, it can make you not buy it. Never mind sell it. They do it to try and make people sell, but they also do it to keep people on the fence. Like, oh, is that dodgy or not? What do they think about it? Oh, they're shitting on it. I'm not going to buy it. They're just trying to put him off. And as long as he's not over invested, you can just move it to the side and be like, I'm going to wait till 2023 and then see what's happened. We do Denarian. We need to take the world back. Boo, you need to help me run for election in the future. Boo. 2030, we're doing it. We need to make plans because we need to get it out there so someone who can speak to the world better than me and get a better following, get a bigger following. We just need to get it out there, and then someone else will run with it and actually make change. Yeah, but they are not going to have a say in the end when we finally teach people that all they have to do is get the phone out of their pocket and they can have an official vote through consensus and become a node in the network that actually dictates what laws we make, dictates what papers and bills and laws get passed, dictates what laws we scrap from the past, dictates inheritance tax getting fucked off. Do you know what I mean? It's all there, mate. I bleed XRP. I bleed IoV. Exactly, individual accountability, but you need to hold out other people as accountable as you'd hold your own family. Just because you don't know them or they've done something to someone else that you think's disgusting, like everyone wants someone's fucking head. Like everyone's saying that cop that killed George, it was terrible, it was disgusting, it was really, really hard to watch, and he deserves justice. But some people are saying kill him, he deserves to die because he killed George. And fair enough, some people do think an eye for an eye, a life for a life is a fair thing, so they're entitled to that opinion. But would it be the same opinion if that white officer was the best mate's brother, or the brother-in-law, or the dad? And the dad come home and he's like, fucking hell, it was an accident, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not like sticking up for that fucking cop. He deserves life in jail because I watched it and I saw it, and I fucking know that it doesn't matter what he said after it. Oh, I didn't this, I didn't that. It don't fucking matter, mate. I watched it. I fucking watched it, mate. Get to, see you for the rest of your fucking life. But I'd need to be the same if it was my brother. Look, bro, I know you're trying to say you don't know what you was fucking doing, but that's besides the point. You killed the guy. You take yourself to fucking jail, mate. Sorry, man. Take a blast of that DMT and get yourself to fucking jail. Wind your neck in, and I'll see you. I'll come and visit you. Like, unconditional love means you will love a person of blood and all that, regardless, and you can love them, but they still deserve fucking justice if they do something wrong. Denarian were the most domesticated species on the planet. There's not a species on the planet more domesticated than humans. But Sly's almost right. We are also ready to explode. Yeah, the tigers are trying to get out of the cage, mate. Basically. And the zoo's about to fall to shit. The zoo's about to become a safari where it's all just free roam. Someone still owns it. And someone still gains revenue of it. But they haven't got the control they used to have. Not like when it was a zoo. Like they control the zoo at the moment. They've got us all in our specific cages. Got us all in our lanes that we can walk past. There's certain areas you can't go, certain lanes you can't get into, certain rooms you can't even open the doors to within the fucking zoo. But the minute most of the fucking walls and cages come away and it gets more open, there's just less control for them. Not that we're not still controlled by the masses. You know, like true democracy is everyone controlling everyone else. Everyone instigating how everyone else lives fairly. Without hurting other people physically or emotionally. Without causing damage to anyone else's livelihood. Just fairly peacefully living. in a safari like animals would. Do you know what I mean? But we're currently in a fucking zoo. We ain't supposed to be in a zoo. Exactly. Consensus will work when it can be instigated. So, and I've said it from the beginning, we can't have that until we get the digital IDs. So in the next 5 to 10 years, digital IDs need to be implemented in democratic countries, especially, and then democracy through consensus can spread from there. And I'm interested to see how much it forces change in the likes of China, Russia, and North Korea in the long run. Even Saudi Arabia. A new world order that's fair, though, Denarians. You know what I mean? We need a new world order. We need to reorder the world. Let's break them words down. We need a new world order. We do. We do. We do. We need one. We just need a specific type. We need a fair one. Not the one in the 80s that people used to be shit scared of if the Russians won the Cold War and we ended up with a world run by Russia, communism, communist fucking planet, communist states. Do you know what I mean? It's not the one, it's not the new world order we need. We need the globalization level playing field for all. Everyone. Everyone. Do you know what I mean? Who we bringing? Who we bringing with us? Who we bringing with us into this new digital world, mate? Everyone. Who said anything about Gates in power? Triple, don't put words in my mouth. Don't assume what I meant. Again, that's how you spread Chinese whispers. What the fuck? Where Gates? Don't want Gates in power. Got news for you, mate. Bill Gates ain't got long left to live. He's not getting any younger. Warren Buffett's not got long to live. George Soros not got long to live. Rockefeller's not got long to live. He's already dead, actually, in the oldest one. Gone now again. Rothschild, Jacob, not got long to live. Now again, yeah, we can debate all day about how the next people in charge are going to take over and run exactly the same way they did, but we've got technology emerging to fight it. We need alternative media to show people that Bill Gates is not as kind as they originally thought. He's actually an horrible bastard. Anyone who goes on about helping poverty while he's a multi-billionaire is an horrible bastard. I don't care what any of you say. He's sat on about 90 billion of value, saying that he wants to help people and that. Get fucked, mate. Get fucked. No one should end up that rich if they want to help other people. Yeah, those dinosaurs need to go away. And they're going. They're going, mate. People can't sit here and tell me Elon Musk is the same kind of guy as them. You can't. You just can't. He's not. I don't believe it. And I believe there's more people like that Dan guy that we showed on Twitter the other day who took that 1.3 million pay cut. Yeah, the globalist banking power struggle. It's the current way they do it is falling to pieces. I'm not saying they're not going to be in charge of the monetary system in the near future, and they're not still going to rape us in taxes and all the rest of it. And they're still going to try and have some sort of inflation rates and interest this and that, and all. They're still going to make money. They're still going to try and rape the poor, try to give them credit that they shouldn't really be getting. But it's up to us who know and realise and see that there's a different way to push that narrative on other people and get them sharing the fact that things can change through this technology. It really can. That is the midday. I'm going to go and have a little walk around the field so you can see Ozai. Might knock on a few doors and that. But yeah, guys, peeps, invest in yourself while we're waiting for it to happen. Invest in the internet of value. Invest in your hobbies. Document your hobbies just to start an online channel, because legitimately streaming is going to pay in the future. Watching streams are starting to pay. People realise that you can go on Theta TV, watch streams and earn Theta that you can then earn T-Fuel that you can then spend in the marketplace. People are already starting to be paid to consume. People are already being paid to document and create. So start doing it with your hobbies. Get some of the butty, guys. Get some of the butter. Might be into fishing. Document your fishing. Join some fishing groups. Get it shared about. Push your own fishing page up, and you've got a base then to work off. You can then look at the internet of value and be like, right, how else can this help my business? How else can this help my business? Now I'm on my feet. Do you know what I mean? Once I finally get away and get in an office and that, we can open the door to anyone and walk in and be like, right, yeah, let's get ideas on the table. Let's get some capital in the project and let's move forward and do whatever we want to do. Whether it's a housing project, a community fucking centre for the youth, a little youth centre in your local town. Doesn't matter. I've got loads of ideas that I'm interested in doing. Build a safari, build an animal sanctuary, build an hotel on the coast of Cornwall for the millionaires. Do you know what I mean? Whatever your idea is, it can be done. Cheers, Bear. We'll see what happens. I've got a feeling we're not going to get until he's took to a vet now, but I just feel like I have to keep going out. I need to feel like I'm doing something. And if he is still there hiding, I need him to know that I'm still coming on. Caring. We only had him a few hours, man. He doesn't even know this is his home. He doesn't even really understand that I'm his new owner yet. I'm fucking devastated. But yeah, guys. Live long and hodl, man. Again, it's all about investing time, investing effort. Like, to watch upload now, I have to assign some of my investment into the series upload. Alan tonight has to assign some time. He's got to invest some of his time and attention into upgrade if he wants to watch it. I'm going to look at upload. It's all about investing your time, effort into whatever you want to do. And don't get me wrong, we need to consume stuff that makes us happy and entertains us. But like I said, you've got things that you can watch now that are actually paying you back a little bit. So the world's changing. Morning, Aaron Jade. I'm winding it down, mate. I'm about to go in and get some breakfast and go and look for the cat. If you want to watch it all, feel free to rewind. It'll be much appreciated. Otherwise, it'll go off in a minute and you'll be waiting for YouTube to process it. So, cheers, Alan. Appreciate it, mate. Something Price. His name is Scottish. Show me on here. Yeah, Dan Price. Is that his name? He took a 1.3 million pay cut, man. It was epic. Gravity Payments. Search Gravity Payments on Twitter. He runs Gravity Payments. That's the company where he took a pay cut and he raised all his employees' wages. And then he didn't mean to, but in turn that then raised the house prices. So he's fucking put his employees' wages up to give them a better life, and so they can provide better for the families. And the house prices went up. So we stood in Congress and the Senate and that, and he's like, listen, you need to start doing your job. You need to lower that. Like, have you seen the one with a banker? And agreed, bankers take too much money and all that, but there's a woman talking about living in Irvine, and there's an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment in Irvine for $1,600, and she gets $35,000 a year, and she breaks it all down, and the bird ends up fucking $500 in the red or something. Do you know what I mean? On a $600 a month apartment, one bedroom. I went online myself and found an apartment in Irvine for one bedroom that's at a complex with a fucking swimming pool, mate, for $700 a month. So they're chatting shit in Congress right in front of normal people. Normal people who are too lazy to go and do the Google search themselves are just going to go, fucking hell, yeah, it's California, bound to be dear there, innit? Yeah, $1,600 a month. Yeah, she's obviously going the cheapest apartment. She thought she went average in California, average one bedder in California, mate. you know what I mean? Not saying Irvine's a proper nice area. I don't know the area, but I did the search. It came to $700. So from 1,600, it saved 900. So from the original 500 down, she actually went 400 in the green. She could have gone to a $700 a month apartment, one bed or with a kid for 6 months to a year to 3 years and saved up $400 a fucking month, mate. Like, they chat shit on the mainstream media all the fucking time. Or Alan, that globalization video, mate, it legitimately could have been 4 or 5 hours long if I want to cut it all down. All the chats and presentations in there are pretty much cut down. Excuse me, would have literally been about 4.5, 5 hours long if I didn't. But yeah, Rising Green, Gravity Payments on Twitter, and he's the CEO of Gravity Payments. Dan Price, I think he's called. Good shout in the comments. I couldn't remember his name. Or Dan Pierce, Pete. Gravity Payments. Get him up before I go. I'll get him up for you, mate. Yeah, I'll get him up. Gravity Payments. We've got 14k followers at Gravity Payments. You'd have thought it'd have more than that. It's Dan Price. What a guy, bruh. What a guy. Him. Go and give him a follow, guys, and support him. He's in there. Oh. Took $1 million pay cut in 2015. So everyone could make at least $70. So he took the pay cut in 2005 years ago, so everyone in his company could be paid $70,000 a year. Doubling the wage that fucking congressman member or senate member, whatever she was on about the banker too. So the JP Morgan and Chase giving people like 35k a year being a teller or whatever, and this guy, Gravity Payments, just some small little payments company compared to JP Morgan and Chase, let's have it right. Obviously, his company's not that fucking small. I won't mind having 90k followers. But yeah, this is what the bankers need to be doing. They need to be taking, Jeff Bezos needs to be doing, Bill Gates needs to be doing, Mark Zuckerberg, even Elon Musk, all need to be taking in less money and giving out more money to their employees. Which I'm hoping if I end up with a multi-million-pound corporation that I'd like to be the same. And if I don't, if I'm not on the same as the top managers in the company, there'll never be a point where the CEO dwarfs them within our corporation or anyone who partners with us. Absolutely no fucking way. We'll put the full globalization thing together. The only thing is, because some of them say the same shit. The Corey Johnson and the Chris Lazar thing will definitely be the same. Mark Carney one won't. The Mark Carney one's like an hour. Christine Lagarde at the end's like an hour on its own, 30 minutes an hour. There's a Christine Lagarde one with Mark Carney at the World Economic Forum where she's like reset, and then she actually talks about the resets with Mark Carney next to her. If we played a full clip of that with everyone else actually talking, we only show Christine Lagarde at that bit. We didn't even show Mark. Because what he said there in that seat, he basically says in the Future of Money speech later on where he's in a little black circle. So again, it's not that we didn't want the full things in everything. It was that they kept repeating themselves in different videos. So we wanted to make sure they didn't repeat themselves too much throughout the documentary. Not that I don't keep throwing up the pictures of the Africans and for everyone, and I keep trying to say that, look, as much as it seems like this is just for the bankers only, it is for everyone. Laters Denarian, laters Alan, laters Bill, laters everyone. Love you. Do it as a mini series. Could turn it into a mini series. Actually, could just release all the videos on their own. I'll have a look on a PC. Hopefully, they're still there. They should be. I don't think I've deleted the file. They should still be there. And I'll think about that. And if they're there, I'll start throwing it up. Rewind, Harry, appreciate it, mate. It's been a decent chat. I enjoyed it as always. Rick, you take care. Rising Green, take care. We'll try and be more active in the Telegram and Insta and Twitter again. But I've got to be honest, guys. At the moment, when I come away from here, I'm all about the fucking cat. I barely even been able to sleep. Like, I've seen midnight the last few nights and that. I've never seen midnight. Me, I'm usually asleep by 10:30, 11. I was kind of just fucking sleep until my body just like conks out and goes sleep. I'm proper worried for her. I don't want to find him dead, man. I'll never forgive myself. Like, legitimately old. Night, Daniel. I was forgetting it's going dark for you. Sean, night. Why say night? Good day. Maybe think night, Daniel. Everyone's going to bed. Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Love you all to bits. He's doing all right. He's doing all right, Kurt. No, but I've not seen him that much, to be honest. With the lockdown shit, I've not seen anyone. I'll be going to his house soon, though. Now it's been relaxed a little bit. But I don't know. He's going to start doing some videos, didn't he? I don't think he did, though. I don't know what's happening. I think they just can't figure out what you... I keep saying to people, go and have a fucking conversation with yourself. Go and fuck off. Sit in the corner and actually think who you're going to be. If I handed you £1 million now, who and what would you go and be with that £1 million? What would you do? It's like, you're just going to go on holiday for 10 years till it's run out. Are you going to help people? You're going to build a business? Is there something that you've been passionate about that you always wanted to do, but you didn't feel you had the $500,000 you needed to set it up? You've got it now. Who are you going to be? Who do you want to be? And I think Kurt's actually doing that now. I think he's actually going. I think a lot of people are. I think Chris is doing it. I think fucking Demo went off and did it a while ago. I've got no problem with people joining me and becoming part of this team, helping us out while you build your own side hustle and then veering off just into your side hustle and leaving us to it in the end. I've got no problem with that. Yeah, fair play to everyone, like, good luck, do you know what I mean? Some real guy, what? You're coming in right at the end, bro. Apologies, but I am turning it off very, very shortly. If you want to watch the full thing, it is 2 hours, 30 minutes. Feel free to rewind it, or you will, you'll be waiting for YouTube to process it. That's a question for tomorrow's show, Scotty. How to spend £1 million? I'd spend £1 million in 2 seconds, mate. I could spend £1 billion. Yeah, I get this. I could spend £1 billion in an hour. What? You spend £1 billion in 20 minutes. You need to understand there's yachts worth $1 billion these days. An actual fucking yacht. One yacht, $1 billion. How long does it take to transfer it to the fucking yacht company and sign it? It's yours. And that's how long it took you to spend $1 billion. Like fucking that. Ain't no finance. Jeff Bezos could buy £1 billion yacht for cash, simple transfer, and he's fucking spent $1 billion in 5 minutes. It's like, the money now can be spent like that. Do you know what I mean? Put some oil on that hinge, please. I'm gonna. I've only got gas in here at the moment. I'm gonna, Steve. I'll remember later. Project Wealth. Holy chores. I'd like to see Scott and Kurt bantering in the shed. I think a lot of people would have, Steve. We just never got round to doing that. I was always up for doing it. We just never really had the place where we could do it. Sit and have a do comfortably and that. Like, it's why I'm not at the PC now. Kind of getting a little comfortable of coming out, having a little chat with you and then having me wake and bake here. But you'd probably be better to just have the wake bait with a brush first thing in the morning, go back up to the bedroom and then do the video at the PC. So you've only got me in the corner and then we can actually look on the PC at stuff. But if you would actually prefer that kind of video, if you would rather me be sat in my bedroom now at the PC so you can see the desktop screen and we can actually look at stuff that I search and I'm not always searching on the phone. If you would prefer that kind of video, let me know in the comments of this video when it's processed, or in a Twitter inbox. I do still check Twitter occasionally for inboxes. I just don't really go through the feed at the moment. Like I say, I've got too much on my mind. I'm a little bit busy trying to get the cat. I'm literally like itching away here now. I want to go and look for him and just shout his name around the field. Like, not done anything today, so I'm starting to feel like I've not done enough to call him and that. So, even quicker if the yacht was tokenized. Exactly, Daniel. Thank you, Richard. See you later. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And just tell your mates and family to get on it. If you're watching people and then people are a little bit too technical, because some of them are going too technical with regulations and stuff that doesn't really bother people, just get them to the channel, get them in here for one of the chats, get them to put all the skeptical questions in the comments, and we'll put their minds at ease and let them see the true vision of the internet of value, not just XRP as a bridge asset and a possible new reserve currency in the SDR basket, but as IoV as a whole and where the world's heading, how the kids are going to be, like, seriously, the kids are going to be living in such a different world. It's going to be crazy. So, as always, guys, we love crypto, we love XRP, we love IoV, and we love you. Yeah. I'll see you on the next one. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Take care. Stay safe. If you're in America, by all means, go and peaceful protest and that. But if you're gonna go to a riot, I went the Manchester riots just to see them. I could have been shot off rubber bullets and that, could have been tased. You've got to accept that if you're gonna go there to try and film it, to try and fucking just see what's happening, you've got to understand that the police are going to look at you as taking part in that, and you are putting yourself at a little bit of risk. So just go to the peaceful protests where there's not going to be any damage going down, and pre-organize it to make sure you've got some people there that can keep it peaceful. The thing is, when a scrap kicks out, you can't promote peace and instill peace if you're not capable of violence. If a violent man comes up to a peaceful protest to smack one of you in the face, if there's not another guy there that can calmly, peacefully put him down quickly, then it's gonna escalate into a mass riot and fight, because it'll just take too long to put him out. Someone's gonna get hit by accident, they'll hit someone else, or blah, blah, blah. Where the minute he walks over, he's like, hey, dickhead, fucking protester, someone just comes, choke grabs him, pink pressure, boom, sleep hold, go to sleep, mate, time up against the pole, do whatever you want, let the police show that you're actually there in a peaceful manner. Don't just walk up to him and just go boom and pop his nose, because the devil's going to be like, right, here we go, boom, rubber bullet that motherfucker. Put him down, peace. Like, if you can't get online, peaceful protester, any Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys in the area that can come as a bit of security, any black belt fucking wrestlers, get grapplers, not fucking strikers, and I've got to run in with a baseball bat. Get yourself some grapplers at a peaceful protest, just in case you need to contain people. And be like, look, we're here peacefully, get this guy in cuffs and get him the fuck out of here because he's trying to cause shit. And do it properly. I'm sure the guys, the police kneeling, the police that was kneeling with protesters would fully support that, and they'd even help you contain the person. The minute someone else throws a punch, and there's punch, and someone gets hit by an elbow, and he turns, who the fuck are you hitting? Fucking boom, and boom, and boom, and next thing your chair's gone, and you're at a fucking footy match, you're in the pub, and Liverpool just beat United 6-0, and everyone's going sick at the one scouser in the corner. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's... But anyway, I'm waffling on again. It's going to end up 3 hours before we know it. Guys, stay safe. Take precautions. I'll see you on the next one. Love every single one of you. Do everything you can to wake up tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. Much love. Peace.